Meets the road, we stand tall. Through the grit and grind, we answer the call. Voices rising loud like a storm untamed. This is where the difference gets its name. Get in the truck, ride the wave of the sound. The 99%, we're breaking new ground. It costs nothing to be kind, that's the creed. Join the 99, fulfill the need. Get in the truck, ride the wave of the sound. The 99%, we're breaking new ground. It costs nothing to be kind, that's the creed. Join the 99, fulfill the need.
Hey, welcome to the award-winning 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl, broadcasting live from Fishbowl Studios here in Bedford, Texas, man. You're tuned in to Radio for a Reason with Sideshow and Pipple. What's up, girl?
What's up, man?
Nothing, man. What's up, man?
What's up,
We are proudly sponsored by Glenn Lawson Law and the Biker Wolfpack.
Ow!
If you ride, make sure you have Glenn Lawson and the Biker Wolfpack on your side. 737 The Wolf. 737 The Wolf. Don't settle for just those billboard attorneys, man. They give you in-house treatment at Glenn Lawson, personalized and right by your side each and every step of the way. Don't be a tough guy. Don't be a tough guy. Man, we got a packed show today. We are honoring our veterans and our first responders throughout the country, man. Texas got hit hard this week with so many shootings. Oh my God. It was shootings. Our thoughts and prayers go out to all the family members that have been impacted. I mean, between Fort Worth, Dallas, and another one here in what was it, Garland or South Lake. Yeah, man, it's just, please be careful out there. Keep your head on a swivel. But always. To our law enforcement officers out there, God bless you for keeping the peace and doing what you can to keep everybody safe. Once again, man, we got a recap from the Brotherhood for the Fallen. Speaking about law enforcement, the Brotherhood for the Fallen car show was amazing this week, along with Don Graves' 101st birthday. We're going to be talking about, and we're going to bring all of this to you right after we hear from Glenn Lawson and the Biker Wolfpack, and be back with Glenn Lawson personally right after this message.
He's right over there.
Hey, everybody, this is Glenn with Glenn Lawson Law and Biker Wolfpack Law. I got one simple concept today. Don't be a tough guy. Don't try to do it on your own. And also, don't talk to the bad guys. So what do I mean? Don't be a tough guy means go get medical attention right away and tell the doctors everything that's wrong with you. Make sure to do that, because if you don't, it's going to mess up your case. Number two, if you have a problem with your roof, do you hire a roofer? If you have an injury situation and you need help, hire legal professional representation. Our firm is one of those firms, and we stand ready to help. Number three, most importantly, heaven forbid, do not speak to the insurance companies without legal representation. That's it in a nutshell. Thanks for listening.
Biker Wolfpack Law is a safety organization founded by myself alongside Robert Howell, with the primary focus of motorcycle safety, advocacy for injured bikers, and just general protection for those injured while riding motorcycles in the great state of Texas. Motorcyclists have all of the safety information they need, all of the legal information they need, and frankly, if needed, that full-blown legal advocacy in times of injury through no fault of their own.
Hey, welcome back to the 99 here in the Fishbowl. We are here with Glenn Lawson of the Biker Wolfpack and Glenn Lawson Law. What's up, Glenn?
You know, occasionally you should hire a lawyer that actually does know how to go to the courthaus, so we had to do a little bit of that today.
You look pretty snazzy today.
Well, I'm about to have a beer 30 and a hamburger, but you know, I think if I was in a big MC, they might call me chameleon, because I'm pretty good at shifting gears when needed, literally. So I've got several things to cover. Did have some court stuff going on this morning, and so
did you wear those glasses in court?
No,
it was kind of like the
do
Blues
that.
Brothers
No,
meets
that
attorney
would be
style.
cool.
'Cause
I
No.
object.
let me tell you something.
No.
If you walked into the courtroom with those guys, I would be like, oh,
I-
case dismissed. I'm not
Yeah.
even going to fight this guy. You
No,
walk so
no,
suave, man.
no. These are actually they don't make them anymore. They're sunglasses made by Bose. And,
Oh, okay.
You know, they're not the Meta sunglasses, right? I don't believe in that, but they do. I can talk in them and listen to
very
music.
cool.
and
Very cool.
so
Very cool.
I won't miss any of my wife's phone calls.
There you go.
With these
And
on.
that's the big thing. That's the
That's
big
why.
thing.
So yeah, a couple things today. Obviously got Biker Wolfpack, just like you guys are just this time of year is just slammed for everyone. Obviously with the motorcycle safety push in the month of May every year. You know, so many tragedies, but yet so many ways to connect as well. So one of those big ones, if you're looking for something to do in the Texas Hill Country area next weekend, May 15th, 16th, 17th. The Texas Hill Cycle Show, sponsored by Glenn Larson Law and Biker Wolfpack, as a title sponsor, along with the guys at Texas Hills. We got 4 or 5 group rides going on, starting at Cowboy Harley on Saturday, riding through Driftwood, past the Salt Lick, great place for barbecue, of course, and then going down through Driftwood and heading over to Ranch Road 12 and Devil's Backbone, and
That's a beautiful ride.
Those
That
rides
is a
over
beautiful
there.
ride, man. Throughout
So
the
and then
country.
we'll be a final stop will be at Lindahl Brakes in San Marcos. So those people who know Lindahl Brakes, pretty great manufacturer of brake components for lots of motorcycles here in the United States. So that'll be going on. And then on Sunday, the 17th, the Rock and Roll Show will be the cap off of the motorcycle rally weekend. It'll be at Radio East, which is about 5 miles southeast of downtown Austin, or by the airport. It's a great venue, outdoor venue, lots of live music. Going to have 5 different tattoo studios going on there,
Whoa.
3 stages, a bunch of different musicians from all over Texas and the Southwest, and frankly all over, and of course a lot of awesome motorcycles. So.
You got a great weekend planned.
Yeah, it's going to be busy. I hope my daughters can get off their butt and work. No, I'm just
But you
kidding.
know what? You deserve to relax a little bit and just decompress for the weekend. You know, you're a busy man all week long.
Sure.
And once again, you know, Glenn Lawson and a Biker Wolfpack, they are in-house attorneys. They're not going to farm you out to somebody else. They give you the personalized service you deserve and you need.
Thank you.
When it comes to hiring an attorney, you don't want to be shipped off to somebody that it does not know the ins and outs of the law that you need to be fought for. Either be it civil, be it injury, accident, or motorcycle. You want somebody that knows the ins and outs of it and not farmed off to some small little
You
firm.
got to be able to stay in your lane and know what you're good at, you know? So, and on that note, we're so proud because actually, as y'all know, we do a lot of events, and we're just so everybody knows, we're actually looking for more people to help with those events. So if you're interested, you know, hit me up, 737 the Wolf, or just message us on Facebook. So for that, we're actually looking for more people in Dallas Fort Worth area specifically.
Yeah.
So we're kind of excited about that hiring component. It is a paid gig, so you know, reach out if you're interested. And then from there, we're so blessed because one of our own clients that was seriously injured in a motorcycle crash a couple of years ago, about a year and a half ago, actually, is actually participating and going to be one of our brand sponsors at our events.
Oh man, that's
And
nice. That's
she
great to
is
hear.
she's a young woman that was injured very severely, but she made a good recovery. She's not a complete recovery, but a good recovery. And we did represent her and all that type of stuff. And now that part's over, the bottom line, why am I saying this? Personal relationships, friendships, connections, authenticity, individuality, all of those things, honor, certainty, all of those principles that AI cannot replicate. Okay. So there are uses of technology for sure, but there are many other components to what we have at our firm. And so thank you for that, because we're so proud that, you know, our business in the biker world is growing.
Yep.
And now we have actual former clients participating in our events, which is great.
That shows a lot. That shows a lot.
Sure. And then on that note, going into AI, did you hear about the situation I was telling you about the people who use the wonderful automatic cruise control? What I found out?
No, you started telling me about this, and you know, I've used cruise control a lot, but I use it with a sense of
I don't.
it's not going to drive my car or do everything
I'm a
for me
control
type
freak.
of thing.
I don't
Well,
do it.
I'll just tell it like it is. I've got a few times recently people call in. We do a lot of product. We do other things too. We do a lot of product liability stuff too. And sometimes people say, "Oh, my car malfunctioned, and that's why I ran the red light." Right? And I'm like, so just because you have technology in your car that allows electronic braking to stop, like in fact, many cars have that now. If you don't actually use your foot to brake, you cannot blame it on your car. And it's not a case, and I don't care what. If it is a case, I'm not taking that case. So now, I have had cases against General Motors many, many years ago where the steering columns broke while people were going down the road because GM was too cheap to put a little pin inside the thing, and the whole steering column collapsed and it ran into a tree and died. I've had that case before. But wait, I'm getting off topic. Bottom line is, recently, I have noticed when I'm driving, I've seen several times people with their feet like up, and I'm like, they're in kind of like Mockingbird Lane. Like this is like approaching like Northwest Highway and Mockingbird. That's like
And they're lounging in their car.
That's like going down Collins and running over there by Collins and Division. I mean, at a major light right in Arlington, and they're just like cruising around. There are people, y'all, who use automatic cruise control because it supposedly has a braking component to it, and create their own self-driving car. So watch out for that. No, it's not a case if you're that type of person. And, it calls into question, frankly. I mean, some of my kids did parent try, but I don't know about you, but I went to a little course. I did something at the school to learn how to drive, right?
Yep.
I had to like mow yards, do whatever I had to do to pay for the little course to do it.
Yeah.
But now there's all these tricky ways to get your driver's license. And I'm like, thank you for keeping me in business. No, I'm kidding. But it's just serious. This situation, this particular situation I know about happened on Highway 71 near Giddings, Texas, going between Austin and Houston late at night. And someone driving down. It's one of those highways that has lights every 15 or 20 miles,
Mm-hmm.
And they're going down the road and, with their cruise control on, they just plow through somebody at 75 miles an hour. And then, oh, well, my automatic cruise control didn't work. Anyways.
Well, let me ask them on the flip side of that. They can't sue the car manufacturer, but if that person driving that car on that automatic cruise control hits me, is that negligence on their part?
Yes.
I would sign your case up at 3:00 in the morning and be like, let me go to town on that situation.
Because if you're negligent on
absolutely
controlling the vehicle,
you still have a personal responsibility. It's like in law school, we have a thing called causation. But for the foolish act, it would not have happened, right?
That's like trying to sue a fork for
I'm sure there's other. Now, don't get me started with Tesla and others. There are situations where mechanical failure, but the bottom line is the mechanical situation of the vehicle is the owner's responsibility.
Yeah. You can't always rely on technology, especially when it comes to safety.
Yeah.
And on the roads, because there's a time and place, like you said.
Yeah,
you're not going to drive down 183 with cruise control. If you're on a highway where that's free and clear of all vehicles, and it's you're going out to El Paso, that's something different.
Use it, just like
common sense.
Other things, yes, common sense. But on the other side, we do have cases occasionally where the cruise control does malfunction. Those are single vehicle crashes where something happens with a mechanical failure, and then it's a question of who repaired it and all these other components. But those are way more complicated. The bottom line is, you are at fault if you try to make your own self-driving vehicle.
Now, with those cars, and I don't know too much about technology, but like if an accident does occur and the cruise control was set and the guy didn't hit his brakes, does the car register? Like, can you do? You could tell that the cruise control was on.
Time, yes. It's the I have
a gear in the manufacturing part.
No, but I didn't like. Could they download the information?
The answer is most of the time, yes. Depending on what lawyer and what expert they have on their staff. We have a couple, and we know how to go out and do it. Most of them are set with Bosch download systems. There's a few others. The ones that are complicated, of course, and very difficult to get that information from is Tesla. Extremely so. Rivian and Tesla, those two have a bunch of proprietary software, and it's very difficult to get. And it's just, but there are experts to do that.
That can do it.
So, the key is you have to preserve the evidence first, and then that's the legal process, and agree that okay, this vehicle is located here, it's preserved, it's not going to be touched, so et cetera. There's like a protocol involved, and then the experts get together, and there's all this legal stuff, and there's this process, and I've got two of my guys there, and it's a whole thing, and I don't trust any ounce of time. We'll expect our own. No, you won't. No. You'll come expect ours. We'll expect yours. Everybody shows a damn underwear.
You show me yours, I'll show you mine.
It is what it is. So,
really?
On another note, I thought I might shift for a minute, and we always talk about. I'm not saying I'm tired of talking about uninsured motorists but it's time to talk about something different. And that is some of the myths and mistakes that happen related to policy limit settlements. And let's talk about the end result a little bit financially and some other things. When you're going down the road, the reality is about 15% of the population has no insurance. And 40 to 60% of the people have the minimal coverage, which is $30,000. And then sometimes people have 50 and some people have 100. And occasionally there's a business involved or somebody has a little extra insurance.
A little umbrella insurance.
Right, something else. So what am I talking about here? Why is this relevant? So many times in my career, in fact, just recently, someone passed away on a motorcycle, right? And the question is, what can we do to help the family at least cover some of the expenses and things, and of course provide as much trauma support as possible and put that person in contact with those resources. But probably 6 out of 10 times, I'm having to have a conversation that either there's a $30,000 policy or a $50,000 policy. And the most common question is, okay, Glenn, can we get more? And about 90-something% of the time, the answer is no.
And that's got to make you feel horrible.
It is.
Because you can't do the
it's
best.
Something that we deal with as lawyers because the amount of injuries does not always correlate to the amount of coverage. It's just true. And it's what it is. So why am I saying that? Myself, I know that cost of insurance is super expensive, but because of what I do, I'm thinking about getting involved in some legislation effects to try to raise the minimal coverages in Texas and other states that many lawyers are involved in. In some states, liability insurance is not even required. So let me tell you something. If you're going to go to Florida, fly there, please. Don't go. Do not drive in that state. It is the most dangerous.
How am I going to leave the airport?
In an Uber or something. So I'm getting off topic here. Basically, the things that we look for to not accept a policy limit offer, the most common red flag that we look for is if the person that was at fault was from another city, it happened on a weekday, they're in a 4-door vehicle, that car is white or black or silver. Those are
stereotyping,
Bingo.
racially profiling a car, man. No. If it's a white car, it's right. If it's
hey, I knew I was going
Tuesday brunch, white Honda Civic.
Freaking tired, man. No, but the deal is that whether or not the person was actually acting in the course and scope of the business, driving their personal vehicle for business reasons. If that's true, then the business insurance will have some liability potentially. So it's something to think about. And there's just so many complexities to settlements. So my point is this. If the insurance company is, automatically offers you a policy limit, if that happens, which that never happens, but if it were to happen because you had major injuries, it could happen.
Right.
Please, even in that scenario, call me up. I'll generally speaking, unless there's a whole lot of complexity, I'm not going to charge you anything. I'll give you my opinion on it because there's so many little hoops that you have to check on before you accept a policy limit. So, like, if you were my client, I would say, hey, you have these injuries. This is the offer. I wanted to go over it with you, explain it. Obviously, we built some trust by that point,
Right.
and we understand. We talk about the finances of it and exactly what to expect in your pocket. And you know exactly transparently what's going to happen. And one of the questions you're going to ask me is, okay, Glenn, I get it, but can we get more? And we'll have that conversation. And the things I'm just talking about are some of the reasons why you should always hire an injury law firm that knows what they're doing. Because I so many times, oh, my brother is a lawyer and he works and does wills. No. Well,
let me ask you, how about
that's like somebody knows how to fix a Chevy Silverado pickup and they're working on your trike. I mean, that doesn't work, right?
You brought up the
both
private
mechanics, but it's not going to work.
Brought up the private vehicles, and the businesses. Domino's, say, just a pizza delivery or any of these. Even I know a lot of auto parts stores now hire people.
Amazon deliveries.
Yeah.
My
Now those people, do they have to up their insurance? Are they covered by their company?
That is a great question. That was the final segue.
No.
You're just like the answer is so many.
You're just teeing the ball up, brother.
Man,
Boom.
those insurance companies, especially Amazon, they will get around every single way to not cover you. So how can you protect yourself? If you're out doing, you're driving quite a bit. If you can afford it, another comment, but try to get a little bit more than the minimal coverage. That will protect you a little bit more. But the answer to the question is a good attorney is always going to be looking for the actual reason why the wreck happened.
Right.
And the reason why the wreck happened is because you're a person and you're trying to make extra income for your family on the weekends, and you're working 3 jobs, and one of those jobs is Amazon deliveries, and you're using your personal car. Okay. And you go at 5 a.m. to the whatever place out in Balch Springs, Texas, because that's where one of them is, and you pick up your order. And that day that you get your order for your delivery, so you can make your little commissions, is based on how many you did the day before, and the day before that, and the day before that. The algorithm, guess what? They're timing every delivery, every single sequence, and the amount of work you get the next day is based on the load from the day before.
So they're just pushing you, right?
Oh yeah, push. And there are complexities to those cases and insurance coverage problems sometimes. And but Amazon, they create these little shell companies and they shield themselves. And I mean, I could go on about.
Well, how about the pizza delivery guy or the Amazon guy or the kid that's just doing these? What kind of advice can you give them onto how should they be covered? Because
sure. So one of the common things that we hear, like, I'm a 1099. That doesn't matter. Okay. There's a thing in the law called master servant relationship, and it goes back 1,000 years to the Latin principles. But basically, if you're controlling from point A to point B and telling someone to go from point A to point B, and they're doing a job for you and you're for pay, then there's some responsibility. Now, the problem with that is there's just so many big business loopholes in the law, i.e. Uber, that get around all of that. But to answer your pizza delivery question, generally speaking, you should, if you're going to drive for a company, one, you should have the insurance card with you, either printed or them email it. You need to have the insurance coverage because it's going to be a relevant question. Otherwise, your insurance company might be on the hook, and you don't want that to happen. And not if you're driving for them. Or before you even start, I mean, they might say in the final print, like, we're not covering it.
We're not covering it. Yeah.
And all this kind of stuff.
And a lot of these young kids don't look at that. They're just signing. They're getting a paycheck and they're feeling good about themselves. But you got to remember, you got to protect yourself as well.
It's complex when you're driving your own car for a business, right? Even if, like, I'll give you my example. If I had one of my teammates, something happened, and they were driving, they were delivering, one of our care packages for somebody that's having surgery. We do that a lot when they have to have surgery. So if I say, hey, Esteban, I know normally Marianne does this, but go to here, and there's a wreck, my liability insurance is on the hook.
Well, we'll blame it on Marianne for not stepping up and doing her job and delivering it like she was supposed to, and making Esteban doing it.
Well, they all work for the team, so it comes down to personal responsibility and all that. And then I do need to give one more piece of information related to ride shares because the summer's coming. And I'll tap out on this one, but it's so ridiculous. we talk about uninsured motorists a lot.
Yep.
Right. And the importance of that. When you ride in okay, let me ask you a scenario. Let's say you're a relative of yours lands at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, right? And they get in the Uber and you're like, man, I was going to pick you up, but Glenn's rambling on and, whatever, right? So they're on their way to see you. And somebody hits them in a 2009 Kia, whatever, and from behind and smashes them pretty hard. And they, hit their head and they're bleeding and all this kind of stuff. And that person has no insurance.
In the Kia.
What do you think happens in that scenario?
I'm gonna own the Kia.
The
and
Kia's
their
at
next
fault.
house.
The Kia's at fault.
The
The
Kia's
Uber's
And their
not at fault.
firstborn.
Uber's doesn't.
But the Kia's got no insurance.
He's got no insurance.
You're probably shit out of luck because the Uber driver probably doesn't have you covered as a passenger.
So several years ago, Uber used to cover uninsured and motorists, but now as a company, legislation was created and allowed them to reject that coverage in the state of Texas. So when you ride in an Uber, there is no underinsured or uninsured motorist coverage, period.
And how many underinsured are here in Texas, as you say?
A lot.
A lot.
So now,
So your chance of getting hit are big.
If you have it personally, maybe it will cover it. There's a whole complexity there. Maybe it won't. But bottom line is, man, do your homework and trust your instinct. If you think the Uber's, because the Uber can get in situations, and even though they're not at fault, if they're not paying attention at all, they are more susceptible to other types of wrecks. It's just
plus
a
they've been
bunch
driving 13 hours.
Yeah,
15 hours or whatever.
And the states vary, and I mean, it's just one state to another. The Uber coverages are just Uber's just after. Uber's on my personal hit list. They're after lawyers big time. They do not like us at all, so they're really on us. But hey, I'm grateful to be here and rocking and rolling. And if you need help, but make sure watch out for the grass clippings. That's my motorcycle comment.
Oh yeah,
Please.
It's funny you say that. I was coming down the road the other day and I saw one of the landscapers blowing all these grass clippings right into the middle of the street. And I'm like, man, that's a good question, though. They're not bagging it. They're blowing it down the street. A motorcycle comes by, hits that grass clippings, wipes out. That's why I have
really good young lawyers that answer that question for me. No, I'm kidding.
Because so many motorcyclists go down because
your
of
homeowners,
those
homeowners would potentially have some responsibility on that one. Yeah.
All right.
They're going to do DNA off the grass,
or
and find out
that
exactly
actually
where it was
potentially
torn from the blade.
The question, it's a reasonableness standard in the state of Texas for everything. It would be similar to a premise liability. The actual legal culpability would actually lie on the landscaping company, but then do they have insurance? And that's a whole nother conversation. We're not going to get there. So yeah.
The bottom line is make sure you're covered, make sure you protect yourself, make sure you have the right insurance. And, listen, if you're a homeowner and you see your landscaper blowing that stuff out in the street,
go out there and be
watch out for me because I might blow it back in your driveway.
Yeah. I mean,
what are you doing with those grass
because
clippings?
with all the ring cams, they're gonna tie it right back to you anyway. So all those doorbell cams are gonna catch your landscaper doing that. So what's up?
Biker Down has a question.
No, bring her on. Bring her on. What's up, Lori?
Hey, Lori.
Hey, I have a question about the Uber. I was wondering, is there any way to consider a class action? Shouldn't they have to disclose on the app when I'm choosing a driver? Maybe somewhere they have to disclose that the insurances that they keep. That would determine for me what driver I chose. They have a right to get whatever they want or to not get it, but don't they have some culpability of disclosing, hey, you're getting in an Uber vehicle where the driver isn't carrying blank, and most people wouldn't realize that.
You get to choose Uber Black or Uber One. You get to choose the car.
That's right. Just take it back to color.
So you get to choose the kind of car you want. You might as well be able to choose the insurance.
Yeah, or maybe that's an extra service or something. But the answer is no, because it does. To be clear, in the state of Texas, for example, uninsured, the states where underinsurance motorists is not required. What do you think Uber did? Right? They didn't get it.
You're right.
Yeah, they rejected it. So, and it has a lot to do. So, to answer your question, Lori, no, They don't have to disclose it because it's Uber's insurance. It's not the driver. The driver's insurance doesn't apply because
can't we force them to have to do that though? I mean,
you know what? I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna ask.
I'm relying on Uber to make sure that drivers that I'm getting in a car with have the right insurance, and they can waive it all they want, but they have a right to have to disclose to me.
I'm giving you my trust.
They have $1 million of liability. It's posted on all their websites. I mean, all their information. They have $1 million. If they're at fault, there's coverage. It's only when the other vehicle's not is at fault.
Right. But I'm just saying, you brought up a really interesting point about, and I'm always looking at the back end, and just because they aren't doing it doesn't mean that we couldn't try to force them to disclose that, and maybe they would change their policy.
Good idea. Good idea.
Let's get on it. Is anybody going to talk about the fact that I have my snow goggles on and my beanie? And I'm here at Blizzard riding with the 99.
You look like, put your goggles on. You look like one of those minions.
Here, I got this for you.
Okay, well now I see it.
Got the snow out there. It snowed. What did it snow yesterday?
So is that going to be?
Yeah.
A new satellite of Biker Down. It's Biker Sled.
Biker Sled.
Biker Sled.
I just had to get a real kick that I was riding with the 99 with my goggles, with snowboarding goggles, and went through a blizzard to be on the 99 today.
All righty.
We had hail.
There you go.
Not the same. Hey, I got to run, but thanks a lot. Good to talk to you, Lori. Thank y'all. Thanks for everybody.
Yeah. Glenn, once again, thank you so much. Have an amazing time at the weekend down in Austin on a hill. What's the
Texas Hills?
The Texas Hills ride.
Yeah.
Could anybody just say go? Is there a website?
Go to Texas Hills. It's on. You check it out. It's right there. Also, Biker Wolfpack on our Facebook page. You can also go look at all the Facebook and Insta and everything for Cowboy Harley, because obviously that's one of the locations involved.
All right, awesome.
And Radio Coffee, that's the big one I really want to promote, because I'm always want to promote local coffee shops. I told my wife the other day, I gotta be an old man if I'm just drinking black coffee, like no sugar or nothing. I'm like, I used to make fun of those guys, and now look at you.
Now look at you.
That's what it is.
You're wearing a suit, you got your sunglasses, man, and drinking coffee. You look like somebody from the CIA.
I'm trying to keep it real. Thanks, y'all.
All right, brother.
Appreciate you.
Once again, man, the Biker Wolfpack, Glenn Lawson Law, 737 the Wolf, 737 the Wolf, for all your accident, injury, and motorcycle needs. Give them a shout. They're here for you. Once again, thank you.
Ow.
Thanks a lot.
And Lori, we're going to come back with Lori Montoya with Biker Down and her snowsuit right after these messages.
What we believe in at Glenn Larson Law is doing one thing and doing it really well. When I meet people, I always tell them we're going to uncover every single rock possible. That's the medical component, that's your story, and your voice.
We've solely focused on personal injury, whether that be a slip and fall accident or a commercial 18-wheeler, a motorcycle or DWI, motor vehicle accident. We specialize in that and that only.
When someone says, my neck really hurts, I know exactly how that feels. There's so much more to an injury case dealing with the pain level that people go through and how it affects their lives. And I know how to advocate to make sure that the insurance companies take all of that in consideration in every case.
We're very transparent and open to always keep them informed and stay on top of their case at all times.
Because we're a little bit smaller in team numbers, we're able to really dive into every single case and develop not only a client relationship, but a friendship and a lifelong connection.
We're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll meet you anywhere, at the scene, in the hospital, at your home. Whatever's best for the client, we will do every single time.
There is a connection component that I believe our firm is committed to. We want to be connected with you and your family beyond this case, so that you know that you have a lifelong partner. Not just a case, but a lifelong connection and a lifelong voice. And we look forward to serving you.
Red lips, tied up curls, high heels, flag unfurled, Lone Star Stitch on their seams. Sunday drives and freedom dreams. They roll up to the VA gate. coffee cards, they're never late. Laugh lines, old stories glow. They salute, then steal the show. Hey! Cattle and berries of Texas. Country first in their hearts. Pin up smile, standing at attention. Teasing waves, vintage art. For every soldier, every medical call, every siren. In the dark of the fall, they bring hope, bring heat, bring charm. Like a hook, like a shield, like an arm.
Welcome back to 99. That was Glenn Lawson and the Biker Wolfpack. Making me, ugh.
I didn't even give you any.
I know. You didn't share.
I didn't
Want to welcome, no, thank you. Want to welcome Lori Montoya with Biker Down in her goggle suit. And you looking all ski weared out, man. What's going on?
We need to work on your lingo.
What?
Goggle suit and ski weared out.
Yeah.
We
I want
need
to call
to
her a minion, Lori the Minion with her
put
cowboy.
my hat on the right
Snow
way.
Got a
bunny.
hat, snow bunny.
There
Is it
you go.
snowing in Colorado?
Yeah, a little bit. I think the mountains got like 2 or 3 feet.
A little bit. Oh,
Yeah, a little bit.
3 feet. That's a little bit in Colorado.
Well, in the mountains, which actually, considering we give so much of our water to Arizona and Nevada and everything else, we really needed this snowfall so that the rain off can replenish. But we're definitely on water restrictions here and stuff. So yeah, it's bad. But anyway, I'm here and I wanted to let everybody know that May is Motorcycle Awareness Month. Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
We are in a time where we as riders, we have a whole month. Other people have a week. We motorcycle riders have a whole month in the month of May. And what do we do when we have this month? How do we get the awareness out? What are we as riders going to do to be safer on the road and to get drivers to stop driving so distracted? And the truth of the matter is there's really not much you can do that will resonate with them. So we have to take it upon ourselves to ride more defensively. We have to get our insurance reviews with Glenn. Glenn brought up a very good point. Some of the things that when it came to riding in Florida or even driving in Florida, if you get
anything in Florida,
extra. Well, you don't, because the personal injury laws are so bad. I mean, the insurance companies and all of them have paid the legislature, the government, to change these laws so that literally a tow truck driver could crash into you and the insurance company can't wait to give you the $10,000 check. Because
everybody in Florida is breaking hips in Florida, right?
No, they already
Yeah.
have hips.
Everybody's breaking hips in Florida.
I mean, you take that percentage of demographic of seniors that are driving and their kids take over their finances.
You're my mother.
Yeah, your mother's in
My
Florida.
mother's in Florida. Picture.
Yeah, but honestly,
that's a dangerous driver.
do you know what kind of an insurance she has on her car?
Full coverage.
Full coverage.
Positive.
You're full of.
but that's a really good example of, let's just say from your perspective of your mom, mom, your car's paid off, I'm just going to get you liability only. And then someone like, even my mom lives in Florida, and I had to really get on my mom to carry the underinsured and uninsured motorist. And she has full coverage because she has a loan on her car. But many people, get mom and dad to just have liability only so that they can get plates and they're at least covered if they should hit someone. So there you go. Now we have a biker that doesn't, a Florida rider that doesn't feel he even has to have insurance in the state of Florida, which is a lie. And now those two collide, and now you have the worst personal injury laws in the nation, and people are literally getting nothing. So that is why, a perfect example of why underinsured and uninsured motorists, you don't have to get 250,000, 50,000. I always tell people, what do you make per year? So if you make, but I'm just saying, if you make $75,000 a year,
I'm not going to ask Pipple that. Pipple, let's ponder that question right now.
Break it down.
Let's break it down.
Nothing.
No, but Laura, you're 100% right, because when I bought my trike, I just grabbed the minimal insurance to get it out the door of the dealership.
Yeah.
And I just went on, boom, 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 just to show them that I got insurance. They didn't care if I had $10 of insurance or if I had
because you had to have insurance to leave the lot. So they give you the easiest way to get it off the lot.
And right. And so many people do that. And what happened was, after about 6 months, I forgot about it. I'm not thinking about insurance. I'm out there driving. And until we started discussing the uninsured motorist and the liability insurance, and I had my insurance evaluated by Glenn.
Right.
He was like, whoa. He goes, you are so
we had
underinsured.
Both of them.
Yes.
Biker down in.
And I went and I looked my insurance.
Right, but I gave you that example in granted it was in Arkansas, but I gave you that example of somebody that got a loan on a bike and got on his app, got liability only, had something he could present to a salesperson. That salesperson didn't care. He just stapled it, whatever, to the paperwork, and off he went. And then he had an accident. So, no matter what, I think my point is we're in Motorcycle Awareness Month. So we as bikers, let's be aware. Let's at least pledge to get an insurance review. Go to bikerdown.org. Give me your information. I will write you back. Send me your declaration. Let's at least get it in front of somebody and tell you what you need. And if you can't get so much or this, like I said, you don't have to get the $250,000, but at least knowledge is power. And that's kind of my real big mantra for this month is not only do we have to get the awareness out to drivers, but motorcycle awareness also begins with me as a rider.
Right.
And understanding, have you checked your helmet? Last month was, Helmet Awareness Month. Have you checked your helmet and looked it over? Have you gotten the insurance review? What about your gear? Add one thing of safety gear. And I was going to add a couple things that we obviously have taught. Oh, you zoomed in. You zoomed in when I was turned around. A couple things as far as if you're not one that wants to wear the pads and the, M30 armor and things like that. Obviously this is a brake-free tail light. You can buy that, make yourself more visible. This is something that we talked about before. It's called a shockwave. It's also called a screaming banshee. This is the very loud horn.
A screaming banshee?
Yeah. It's the loudest horn. It's called shockwave. What you do is you put this and replace.
I thought that's what. Oh, forget it.
We're not talking about.
Okay, we're in a serious segment here.
I know. I'm going off track.
But this, as far as if you look this up on YouTube, look up Shockwave Screaming Banshee. If you look it up on YouTube, you will see the difference between your stock horn and the decimal levels of this horn. So the point to that is if you see a driver starting to come out, you honk that horn, they will hear you a lot further away than a normal stock So that's something
Do they
that
sound? Do they sound like car horns? Or they?
No, it sounds
oh,
like a
sounds almost
like a
like a
train horn?
train horn.
Those
Yeah.
don't sound like the train horns.
Yeah, it's incredible how loud this is, but this could literally save your life. Even at night, if a driver doesn't see you or something like that, that's really, really incredibly. These two things combined would probably cost you a couple $100.
Well,
And what is your life worth? Or again, driving somewhat defensively. This is something that's so inexpensive. It's kind of silly actually, but this is reflective tape, like 3M tape that
right.
you put on your wheels. So if you're coming up to a street, I'm going to turn right or something like that at night, this will literally light up without the need of doing any wiring to your bike. So this is
Wow.
reflective tape. So when the headlights start to come, this will literally light up both your tires. So a lot of people spend a ton of money on getting the lights on their bike and things, but this is safety.
Yeah.
And very easy to do. You don't have to do the whole rim, just do little pieces. But this probably costs $10-15 for reflective tape.
Visibility is key. I got to see firsthand the brake free light the other day on Cynthia's bike.
Yeah.
And she swears
Styling
by
buddy.
that brake free light, and it does so much more than I thought it did.
Yeah.
Like when you move your head, I mean, the way that works is amazing.
Yeah,
And
if
she
you're
just
going to
doesn't
start
feel
to go right, it will blink to the right. It will
Yeah.
bring, if you slow down, it lights up. I mean, it really is something that's so amazing and so simple to use.
She
One
doesn't
of the
feel it on
things
her
that I thought you guys might like. So how do you support Biker Down? You can get on, this is a reflective patch that will literally light up the back of your vest.
Hold on, we're on a delay.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yes.
Now, where are we putting that?
I want you to
you
sign.
put that on your vest.
You put that on.
You're gonna put it on the back of your trike,
Oh,
asshole.
Or I will tell people there's in all honesty, if you don't want to put it on your vest, if you have a sissy bar, put it on a t-shirt over your sissy bar.
Can you send us some of those?
We'll pass them out. Actually, I just think you should
Yes.
keep one on the back of the trike. I'll put one in the back of the crossbow.
I'm going to put one in front of this on-air sign.
Another thing you can do is, have you gone down and survived? We have Biker Down patches. We have Biker Down Survivor patches.
And the gloves. You got the
And
gloves.
the gloves. I forgot to grab a pair of gloves. But again, please don't forget about the trauma packs. I did the Chicano Pride ride this weekend. Over 7,000 bikers attended this ride for a great cause. I've never seen an event that had 7,000 bikers. Only 5,000 bikers did the ride, but it literally
That's huge.
I mean, we know how to roll in Colorado, but they came from all over New Mexico, Arizona. I mean, there were some people that came from across the pond. I mean, it was really a really beautiful thing to see the unity of the biker community. And then it made me incredibly sad. I mean, from a perspective of Biker Down.
Yeah.
It's
a beautiful place to have it. I mean, I love Colorado. Like I said before, I lived at Breckenridge. I love Colorado and everything that it brings.
Except the
summer. In the winter, or do you like it in the summer?
I don't care about the 3 feet of snow.
You're high elevation wise?
Yes.
Or you're high?
In elevation.
Of course. But really, guys, if you buy nothing else this May, please go to bikerdown.org, buy this trauma pack. Even if you haven't taken the accident scene management class, have this in your bike. Someone on your ride, someone will stop. But I was speaking with a friend of mine named Larry. He's a marketing rep for another motorcycle lawyer, and he teaches the accident scene management class. he got a phone call from the Llamas, which is, I think, the Latin American motorcycle, whatever. And she had taken the class in Chicago, and a woman went down. She almost lost her foot, and the woman made a tourniquet out of string and a stick.
From your trauma pack?
No.
Oh,
She didn't have the trauma pack. But she knew from taking the class how important it was to put that tourniquet on there. So my point is that I wish every biker would put this very slim and compact thing. This has an Israeli bandage, which if you don't know what it is, look it up. But if you've got a severe wound and you need to wrap and compact it, it will hold things in place.
It takes up no space in the back of the saddlebag. And if you're with a club or something, at least the road captain needs to have one. Somebody in the group.
This also can Velcro onto your sissy bar or something, and it has the tearaway. So that if you don't have any room in your saddlebags, I understand that. But somewhere on your bike, listen, they put blankets in the front of the bike.
Yeah, there's a place.
There's a place for it, but you really, this will be probably, and it doesn't have to always be this huge medical emergency. People burn their legs, people go fall down and go boom boom after 2 minutes.
All you guys, like with your single guys that have the extra seat, all those girls, you know a few of them, they burnt their legs on that tailpipe.
Yeah.
Because they don't have
wearing shorts
they
on
don't
a
have their
motorcycle.
safety
Shouldn't be
gear
wearing
when
shorts
they get
on a
on
motorcycle.
the bike.
That's right.
You could have a away safety pack to.
Yeah, I mean, you really just, it's what I just ask everybody to take the pledge to. I put on the link. We also still have our raffle tickets for those beautiful bags that we showed a couple weeks ago. We did sell some at Chicano Pride this weekend. And then Sunday was in our International Female Ride Day. Normally it's on Saturday, but because there's 7,000 bikers at Chicano Pride, we choose not to try to compete with that ride because so many of the wives want to ride with their husbands. So we moved International Female Ride, but we had over 100 riders, 30% more than we had last year, and just had a really great day of empowerment and inspiring and really just unity. And all the husbands came out and they roadblocked for them. And I mean, it was just a really, really great day. And
I bet the men love that, watching their women just like, this is their ride. I love that.
It's funny you say that because so many more women are jumping off the back of the bikes and getting on their own. And I think that's amazing. I think it's great.
I reversed. I had my own bike and jumped on the back.
Well,
listen, and there are a lot of women that came that rode on the back, because one thing that we said to everybody is women bikers don't always have to ride their own. I just have a different perspective. I rode on the back for a very long time. I love the intimacy of it, the partnership of it, but that doesn't make you not a biker. Just because you don't throw a leg over to me does not make you a biker. Because when you're on the back, you're blocking for your man. You're telling somebody, you're doing the hand signals. More importantly, you're taking the photographs and giving the back massages and things like that. You are truly, but you can also see
back massages.
I ain't doing all that.
Is that what you call them? Back massages?
I ain't doing that.
That's what I call them. I've seen things on the back of the bike that frighten fish. I've seen some of my friends do things on the back of the bike that I was like, whoa.
Yeah, those are the girlfriends you only see for a year and then the next one comes around.
Yeah, well, yeah,
weekly chicks.
Every girl for a reason or a season.
Love it, girl for a reason or a season. That is definitely a shirt.
We need to make
you a girl for a reason or a season. I'm digging that.
But we really had a great time.
Colorado.
I am home for a couple more days and then I leave for Vegas. We're doing motorcycle awareness in Las Vegas this week. It is Saturday. So if anybody's in California, Arizona, and everything else, let's ride to Las Vegas Harley Davidson, and we're going to be. Are you ready to go? Well, you can't go Spirit, but you can get on Frontier. Spirit's gone, but
jump on Spirit. We'll jump on Spirit.
You might just ride the whole way.
No Spirit.
Yeah,
Spirit's gone. And stuff. And then the following weekend is May 16th, which is Laurie Montoya's Biker Down Colorado. Motorcycle Awareness Day. And we've had a lot of support from the clubs and rides and organizations and things. And so I'm really praying that this is our #1 fundraiser of the year, and these funds will get us through. So please buy a raffle ticket. If you don't want to do that, buy a patch, buy a trauma kit. Please help us have the ability to help you. And it would really mean, I really look tired today. It's all this snow. Yeah, I guess I'll have to go snowboarding later.
Yes, you're so tired.
I'm so tired. It's the elevation. What did I say?
Yeah.
The ladies
So when are you buying this
That's what
plane
Pitbull
ticket
blames
to
it on,
Texas?
the elevation.
I've asked
Elevation is.
I've asked you to set a date, and I'm going to come. You just got to give me the date, and I will be there.
No, we live here. You give us your date.
I told you June.
You're visiting.
I told you June. I can come anytime in June.
You picked the hottest damn month.
Well, we will. We'll do a ASM class here in June. We'll get everything together.
Oh no, we're just partying.
Oh, we're just partying.
Are we?
Well, we can work one day. That way we can write it off.
There you go. There you go.
Yes, we'll write it off. We're gonna host the class.
Yes.
So let's do Wednesday. Let's do a Wednesday through Sunday. I mean, I only come once a year, so let's do Wednesday.
Sorry about that.
Heart.
But I'm just saying, we'll do Wednesday, and I'll come and do the show live. We'll do the show live. And then Thursday and Friday, we could get ready for ASM. And then Saturday night, we party like rock stars.
Hell yeah. All right. Well,
and
Lori,
I'll make your cowboy hat.
She should be here for celebrity.
Yes. Appreciate it, Lori.
No worries.
You guys have fun. Be safe in the snow. Enjoy Vegas. We will be at the Texas Rattlesnake Rally May 15th and 16th.
Yes.
Can't wait to see that.
All right, so you need to wear something and talk about motorcycle.
Well, I hope he's wearing something.
I gotta wear something. Last time I got arrested.
We got about a week and a half. Can you send us some biker down stuff?
I can do that.
All right.
You're killing me with the free stuff.
No, to pass out.
Yes, I will do that. I will get a care package out to you.
Perfect.
All right.
All right. I love you guys.
Love you too, Lori.
All right, I gotta go shovel snow.
Go shovels. That's what you got the man for.
I know. I'm only kidding. He does all that good stuff. Wood burner's going. Ready to have a cocktail.
All right.
It's a snow day.
All right. Take care.
I don't know.
Snow
day.
Snow
it's like
day.
90 degrees yesterday. I'm like, snow day.
Lori Montoya with Biker Down, man. She's raising awareness for all of our biker community throughout the country. You know, take heed to this. You know, summer's coming here. We got Motorcycle May.
Summer's here.
Summer's actually here.
We
got all those bikes out on the road. We don't want to see any more injuries or deaths.
Be prepared.
Yeah.
You never know when it's going to happen. It's not, what do they say? It's not when you fall, or it's not how you fall. It's when you fall.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
That's when you think about it.
It's inevitable. When you have a bike, it's going to happen. I've never met a biker that has not dropped that bike.
I'm not going to say.
You had a trike. That's different.
Can't drop my bike.
Can't drop a trike.
If I drop my bike, man, I really did something wrong.
Okay, maybe a bad thing through a drive-through.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with the fastest talking auctioneer in Texas right after this message.
Hey everyone, my name is Alex Arkangelski, CEO and co-founder of Break Free Technologies, and this is Break Free, a motorcycle helmet accessory that easily mounts to pretty much any motorcycle helmet out there, and it's the simplest way to improve your visibility day or night. Break Free's got a sensor array built into the unit itself, so there's nothing to mount to the motorcycle, there's no wiring, everything is inside the unit. It's got 100 ultra bright LED lights that light you up during the daytime and nighttime. Anytime you slow down, Break Free activates, no matter how. Engine braking, downshifting, regular braking, emergency braking. You slow down, it turns on. Break Free is a small company. We're only 4 co-founders and 1 employee at this point, and we're all passionate motorcycle enthusiasts. We love riding, and we've created this product for our community. We wanted to make sure that motorcycle riders are safe and seen out there on the roads. We saw a huge need for visibility, and that's why we've created this product.
way. Everybody knows I'm out.
200, I got $200 to sell the house as is. Where is Myers Jackson, America's Auctioneer, and today I'm in Granbury. Have you ever wanted to own your private island? Now is the opportunity.
That way. Yeah. All right.
Hey, welcome back to the 99% Radio Network.
Do it faster.
I can't do it that fast. You can welcome us back, Myers.
Hey, welcome everybody. Get in now. Get in now. Get online now.
Well, welcome back. I want to welcome Myers Jackson, the fastest talking auctioneer here in Texas. But you know what? He does more than auction off cars and houses. He supports our veteran community full-heartedly. Welcome to the show, brother. Thank you so much.
It's good to be here. It's going to be a good day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tell our listening audience a little bit about yourself and what you do.
So, I grew up in a very small town, didn't never get to go anywhere or do anything, got in the roofing business. That ended when I got into the auction business. And you talking about opening up a world of opportunity. I've been to a lot of places that I never thought I'd be able to go to, met so many amazing people in this business. You know, I tell everybody says, hey, what did you sell? I said, I've sold everything from coon dogs to diamonds. I've sold.
You sold an island.
I say, oh, you know what? We have been there, done that. I have done fundraising auctions. I had to wear this raccoon skin mask for a 5th grade class. I have got to be the auctioneer at the Playboy Mansion 7 years in a row. I specialize in selling real estate.
No, I was kidding.
Well, now that's actually people ask me. People ask me all the time.
Upsize.
They say, what is the craziest thing that you have ever sold at auction? And the answer undoubtedly is the rights to body paint Playboy models.
Wow. Oh.
Who gets the right to the brush?
Well,
whoever is the highest bidder.
Whoever is the highest bidder. And one year, and this is how I got into that thing. I mean, I got lucky enough to get a ticket to the Playboy Mansion. It's a long story. We won't get it. Anyhow, it was there. and all the girls was walking around with the clipboards doing a silent auction. Now, I believe in live auctions. And I told them ladies, I said, listen, ladies, I said, I do this for a living. I said, if you do what I say, how I say, when I say, I said, we'll run a game on every guy in this whole thing. And they looked at me like, okay. So I started doing a live auction behind the scenes, and all of a sudden they walks over there to me and they said, are you really an auctioneer? I said, yes, ma'am. They said, can you talk fast? I said, I can talk fast or slow, whichever one you want me to do, like right now. So I done it, and they said, hey, well, how would you like to be the auctioneer at the Playboy Mansion live tomorrow night? And you know what? I've done it for 7 years. It's a highlight. It was a great
That's an honor, man. That is an honor.
It was a great time.
Woo. What got you into this? Because not everybody can do this. This is a talent beyond talent. This is not something you could just learn. This is inside you, right?
Well, you have to have a lot of passion. But, John, I'm going to ask you, can you count from 1 to 10?
Sometimes.
Now, listen, if you can count from 1 to 10, you can be an auctioneer. Nui is an auctioneer because she knows how to count from 1 to 10. I mean, she went to auction school. There's
an actual school.
There is a school that you go to. A lot of states, you got to do some hours to get a license. I'm licensed here in Texas, member of the Texas Auctioneer Association. But yes, the passion though is what is very, very important, because you can go out and sell things and it's the 9 to 5 or whatever. Auctioneers literally pick up their gavels.
That is so cool.
And we go to work. Our job is to ask someone, how much will you pay? No matter what it is, no matter what the asset is, how much will you pay? And we've got an audience that is begging to compete. So I get to control that through the elements of being an auctioneer.
I've watched you do your job. I've watched you work, man, and you make buying fun.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do.
You really do. There's no buyer beware after this, or no regret buying, because you bring the fun into the purchase. You really do.
It is about, listen, ladies and gentlemen, all you got to do is spend another $10,000 and you'll be glad that you did. Can you put your hand in the air for me? Like right now, Pitbull, would you do it? Just see what I'm talking about? And they write the check.
That's a cross between preacher and auctioneer right there.
You know what?
You feel the power of Jesus.
Exactly right. You've got to be able to have that emotion, and if you do, that transcends right into the people that you're out there in front of, and all of a sudden, especially at a fundraiser, and this is one of the main reasons I know that we're here today is talk about fundraising and who we're supporting in the veteran and the law enforcement community. But you know what? Anyone can give $1. But when they give $100, it makes them feel so much more part of the organization that they're giving that money to.
It is. And, you know, people do want to give. People want to have fun. They want to donate. They want to be part of something bigger and better than themselves.
That's right.
And you make the giving less painful, I want to say.
It's less painful. Who are you going to argue with at that point? Yourself? Because you can't argue with the auctioneer because you put your hand in the air.
Yes. You know what? It's funny. When I first came down here, I knew nothing about auctions. I knew nothing. I came from New York, so you know, we stole everything. We didn't pay for shit. We just stole it. But I went to the stockyards. It was my first time, and I ended up sneaking into one of these little auctions for the bulls or whatever they were at the time. And I grabbed that little thing, and you know, we're sitting there talking, and the auctioneer's doing stuff, and I just raised my hand. I almost bought a friggin' bull, and I was like, no.
That's a fun time.
It's like a celebrity softball.
Yeah.
Put my hand up. And I was like, wait, husband, no, down. We're not buying a whole season pass. Like, no.
The auctioneer, and people think that you're going to buy a bull, you're going to buy this. The auctioneer really knows if someone's really bidding. It's one of the misnomers. We have a lot of fun with it, but a lot of times as the auctioneer is watching, we're watching the crowd. Now we are designed in my peripheral vision. If I see this movement, I'm automatically boom. I just dial in. Now Nui is my number one ring assistant. She's there to help me catch that motion as well. However, if you see the proverbial pit bull that's just over here, hey, how you doing? The auctioneer really knows. Now we're going to double check you, Pitbull, and we're going to say, "Hey, are you meaning to bid?" Or this is the funnest thing. The funnest thing is like we're bidding along at $300, $3 now to get the money. Hey, now $3. Put your hand in the air because you're waving at somebody. Then I say, sold, $3,000, and Pitbull is like, "Oh my God, I did not do that."
Springer, get your checkbook.
99. Where's the 99?
But we know, and that's fun. But you know, auctioneers are on their game 99% of the time.
Yeah. Now
I need you to do a 99 drop real quick.
Yeah. 99.
Ride with the 99. Now, you guys sell everything from cars to houses. Now, say I wanted to sell my house.
Yes.
I can go to a local realtor.
Correct.
Or I could say, hey, I want you to auction my house off.
Exactly.
You have that choice. And I don't think a lot of people know they have that choice.
A lot of people do not know this, and people are scared of auctions. Nui and I, we've
because you can start it off at a certain bid.
That's called starting bids, and starting bids are magical because it creates engagement. Nui and I, we've done a lot of segments, and we call it magic and myths. Myths is like, okay, do I have to sell my house for $1 just because it goes in the auction? That is a myth. But the magic of this, as we get people involved, we may start the bidding at $1, but imagine this. A real estate agent, and you know what, I'm not going to pick on the real estate agent. It's their job, and they're doing a great job, but they don't have the tools that the auctioneer does all the time.
Excitement.
So now let me tell you a tool. Now, my job is to ask you, how much will you pay? And I'm asking you guys, hey, will you pay $1 for this? And everybody, imagine we're in a stadium. Everybody's saying me.
Yeah.
And as the numbers escalate, hey, it's 1,000, 2 now, 2.5, 250,000, 3 now, 3.5, 400,000. Now people are like, oh no, not me, not so fast. But what auctioneers are doing, we're qualifying the buyers on the fly to see who has the interest. And as the hands come down, we know which buyers that we're dealing with. And when it gets to 1 or 2 buyers, now we know that we got serious business, and we say, hey, when we drop the hammer, boom, when we drop the hammer and say sold, people stop playing on their cell phones. Yeah. They stop doing everything.
Look, you just shocked their heart.
That is your contract. That is your contract right there, and that's when that property is sold.
This gets people's attention. I'll tell you right now, it just made Natalie jump out of her seat. She's like, "Whoa, I bet it. Yeah, I bet I bought a house."
I was on I think it's Channel 5 News in Syracuse, New York one day, and they said, "Well, tell me, how do you do this?" And I had my gavel and I hit that glass thing and the books jumped up and these ladies actually come out of their seat. Anyhow, that gavel is good times.
Now, now you were in New York. Now, I went to your website. Like I said, you sold an island. You auctioned off an island.
That's
right. Like that. Now you have jurisdiction everywhere, or is auctioneers licensed in different states?
Well, some states, about
work?
half the states in the U.S. have auction license, and I have a lot of those licenses. Some states do not have an auction. New York does not have an auction license law. California, two of the most regulated states in the U.S., does not have auction license law.
Did you say California and New York?
Yeah, I'm telling you what. It's but when we go there, we may have to be. Some cities requires a bond, or you may have to do some other things. But the state of Texas is a licensed regulatory state, so we have to have a license. 17057 is my license number up here in the state of Texas, sanctioned by that TDLR. So now when we go out, and this is the unique thing, as an auctioneer, I can sell a piece of real estate, real property at auction. However, a licensed real estate agent cannot auction a piece of property unless they have an auction license.
Huh. Well, here's that little fine line. Are they, when a real estate agent's taking bids, is that considered an auction, or they got to wait for those written bids? They got to wait for those. Is that like a fine line?
It's such a gray area because they're saying, oh, well, it comes down to disclosure. So I'm doing this out in the public. If you're doing it back behind the closet and you're just conferring to the seller, but the minute that it really moves public, now it changes the game.
Oh, okay.
But there is a lot of controversy out there, like in multiple offer situations. Realtors are saying, hey, yeah, we got multiple offers, and they are transacting the basis of an auction. Because it is competitive. It is asking people how much they want. And so, but, I just want to advocate, and I appreciate the brochure that you put out. You made that great, made me look real good in there. And it says, I'm a certified instructor with the Texas Association of Realtors. I teach a class called How to Survive a Real Property Auction. And I tell people how you can go to jail for illegally bidding at an auction. Yes, you can do that.
Illegally.
That's what I'm afraid of. That's what I'm afraid of, going to like casinos. I'm afraid I'm gonna do something wrong.
Well, and see, when people get together, let's just say we've got a group of people and they all collude and create a conspiracy. Say, in other words, there's 5 of us and there's 5 houses. And say, well, John, I want this, and Pitbull, I want this one. And everybody's shuffling money around to say, you don't bid on this one, and you don't bid on this one, and you don't bid on this one. That is conspiracy to bid rig. It's bid rigging, so people don't understand that, and they go to the auction and say, "Oh, stop! Don't bid against me. I really want this house. I need this for my family. Stop!" And if you stop, now this actually happened in Kentucky a couple years ago.
No, that's against the law.
Yeah, it was a farm auction. Everybody was bidding, and somebody said, "Hey, if you quit bidding against me, here's $40,000 I will give to you right now." Click.
Wow.
They got locked up. So anyhow, there's some interesting laws about auctions that it really fascinates people.
That's gangster right there.
Now, where auctioneers come into a huge play, and I know you do the homes, you do the cars, you do land and everything else, but when it comes to our veterans and our first responders, raising money for their charitable events, we can all go out there and sell tickets for raffles. We can all, put on our posts, but to bring you in and say, all right, we're going to auction this off. We're going to auction this off.
Exciting.
We all know that veterans and first responders are the most excitable people out there. They love competition. They love to bid against each other. They love to fight for something. So if a fireman's looking at one thing and a cop's looking at anything and a veteran's looking at anything, they're going to be like, I'm getting that. They're going to bid against each other. And guess what? The fundraiser money goes up. Everybody wins. Everybody walks away happy.
That's right.
And and then you raise more money for your foundation. And that's what you guys do a lot as well, right?
The excitement is like just hearing, because
yes.
me, it's more going, what did he say? What did he say? What did he say? Oh my God, what did he say? Oh my God, did he say that? Oh my God, it's going to 1,000. Did you hear that? Oh my God, it went to, oh, did you hear that? That's my excitement of hearing an auctioneer go off. I'm like,
Now, how many auctions do you do like a day?
Well,
a day. Oh my God.
I mean, you
What
know
do you
what?
do for your
Sometimes,
throat is what I wanna know.
one day in Atlanta, I sold 240 properties. Now, this was back in the day where real estate was kind of down in the dumps. But a lot of times, it's very easy for us to sell or have an auction a day or to line up an auction a day. Doesn't mean we're always going to have that, but we have that availability. But really, we can sell 5 a day. It's like selling cars. New
Right.
and I went to the World Automobile Auctioneer Championships last Friday, the day before I come out to the Brotherhood for the
Right.
Fallen. They sold 2,000 cars in 4 hours.
Whew.
2,000 cars in 4 hours. Now there was a number of auctioneers that was there for that event, but that is the magic. Part of the magic of what we do is the expedience. No, there is no minutes per car. 20 to 30 seconds per car. 20 to 30 seconds is some of these auctioneers sales. You have to know where your money is, and you've got to know where your bidders are, and you've got to be able to perform right there and you got a dealer.
It's constant crowded interaction.
It's constant. The dealer is like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to sell the car for less than this. It's still called a reserve. And all of this is going on, and you're watching a big board, and people are bidding online. They're bidding on the floor.
That thing I see on TV where they have the cars, they go on the
exactly.
little
That's
thing
classic.
and
That's classic
the
car
auction
auctions.
thing you're talking
But
about.
the concept and everything that's going on is pretty much the same. I just happen to sell real estate. It's a lot slower. It's not as sexy as selling some of the classic cars, but we sell real property all the time.
You sell sexy property. I'm
Now,
sure.
you've got to be able to get in front of people and get people motivated to move. And when you're spending, $500,000, sometimes people are a lot more
people who are
reserved.
spending millions of dollars a lot of times don't stay in that place too long.
That's right.
Because they know they get tired. So that you're in business a lot doing those big old.
Well, you've got to be able to move. I'm licensed in some great states. Florida, man, there's some great property in Florida. Texas is an exciting state.
In Florida.
But pretty much anywhere you go, you can get into this space right here, selling a lot of things at auction. But this fundraiser, and getting back on track, John, you're asking me about that. Some of my best times, some of my best auctions is that we've done right here in the DFW. Lieutenant Colonel retired Mark Roy, United States Marine Corps, calls me one day and he says, listen, there's someone who needs some help. And tells me a little bit about what's going on. I said, let's load the trailer up. We went over to the Harley Davidson over in Denton and just had a crowd of people. And we were able to deliver a check to a veteran who needed some extra cash. It was a few $1,000s. It's not tens of thousands of dollars all the time. But you know what? It was golden.
That's okay. It doesn't have to be because, every dollar counts, especially when it comes to foundations and organizations that do help our veterans and our first responders. You know what? $1,000 check means so much to that person. And you know what? It means more that it was raised by the brotherhood or the sisterhood of that community. They all came in because it's not, like I said, it's not always about the money. It's about, you didn't forget me.
Exactly
You remembered me. People came out and supported. It was the kindness act that meant so much. And that you can't put a value on.
You cannot value that. So does anyone here know Randy Couture?
Yeah, we know Randy.
So
he just had the big ride out of Texas.
I've done an event with Randy one night, him and Joe Nichols, country music star in Tifton, Georgia. And Randy and I were talking. He says, everybody wants $200,000, but there's so many more people who need 200.
Facts.
Yep. Couldn't have spoken a truer word, man.
That's right.
Couldn't have spoken.
What I see in people doing fundraisers, they get so discouraged because they see other people doing these big numbers and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to do that. It's not about that. Still do the effort. Every penny counts. Don't get discouraged on you didn't have a big crowd or you didn't have the auctioneer there. Every little bit counts and it all goes to the same place. So
right. Exactly.
Just do it. Anytime that you have an event, this is the number one thing I learned. Just do the event. Good things happen. One of my first auctions here in Texas was for a National Guard veteran. He got cancer. They couldn't, you can't do anything when you got that. So I arrived at I think we done it at the VFW up in Sherman. And there was a lot of people in there, and they said, well, there wasn't there was more than they thought that we could do with. But when I got in, they said, I don't think there's going to be a lot of money in this group today. Let's just call this off. We're embarrassed that we asked you to come up here. And I said, what do you mean embarrassed? What are we doing? I said, how many people's there? There, and we go in there, and I said, what are y'all selling? Well, the only thing that we
So you went in there blind.
Yeah, I did not know. And I go in there. They said, well, we've got cakes and pies and some quilts and things. And she says, again, it's okay if we just call this off. I said, you know what? Let's have an auction.
Let's have fun.
$10,000 later selling cakes and pies. Boom, boom. Change this guy's life.
All right, I need to book you July.
Sold.
July 25th at Shot Skis in Keller.
Yeah, whatever it is, wherever it is, you change lives a little bit at a time. Not it's not always well planned.
Now I'm just gonna your counterpart, and I don't want to pronounce your name wrong. It's Nui.
Yes.
Nui.
It's like Louise with an
I
M.
want to hear you do it.
Yeah, no.
Oh no, you don't.
She's really good.
Yeah. So Nui, what got you? Just move a little closer to the mic.
Okay.
What got you into this? And how you're new at this, right?
I am.
How many
Doing
years?
1 year already.
1 year. Okay. So what made you say, "Hey, I want to be an auctioneer. I want to get into this"? What gave you the passion with it?
Yes, that's a great question. You know what? To be honest, 1 year ago, I didn't know what an auctioneer does. I didn't know what he does.
Yeah.
I work at a restaurant where he was a regular customer, and we just got to know each other. We talked, and then I just felt a strong connection. I admired his mindset and who he's become because he has
Powerful.
told me his story. It was
Yeah.
powerful. It was very motivational, and I always want to try to find a coach, someone that I look up to, someone I want to become more and grow more than
Right.
what I was doing at the restaurant. And so I asked him if I could become and work for him. I didn't expect him to answer so fast, but then
Well, you didn't expect an auctioneer to answer fast.
no, but later on.
Come on, more here. Hired.
So. Exactly.
Sold.
And so I become one of his number one assistant. Like he said, I didn't know if he was looking for one.
Right.
But then he sent me to an auction school a month later, and I just had the best thing that you learn in the auction business, more than talking fast, calling bids, and learning chance, more in this business is that you get a lot of friends. You have a lot of connection.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
is, they are friends, and they will help you. Besides working as an auctioneer, you have a ringman. You can have other assistants. They will always come and help you. And
What do you like selling the best? Like
I
your cars,
think-
homes. Like do you have a knack for something personal or anything?
well, I love what we're doing. I like to go to do real estate. We
Oh,
get
okay.
to see a lot of different properties. Like today, for example, we went to Dallas in what is called Lakewood.
Yeah, somewhere like that.
Oh.
Lakewood,
Nice area.
yeah, very nice. Big old house, lots of good nostalgia feelings.
You get to walk around the
you
whole
get
house
to
like
see,
that.
you
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
sometimes it's not just about a house for me. It's more like the history. It's more story behind the house, architecture.
Yeah.
You learn a lot more. And working with him, I
Mentor.
don't my mentor, my number one mentor. I don't just learn being an auctioneer. I learn to become a good person, to become someone who cares about others, who be open-minded. And
Yeah.
he's a great person to be an example of that.
And I don't want to say it's took a weird turn, but when you can find passion in the job that you love,
Mhm.
right? One, that makes, you both came in here with smiles on your face, and it's, because sometimes look at people and they're like, oh yeah, I gotta go sell that car, or I got, when you have two people, when you have two people in here that really enjoy what they do
Mhm.
each and every day. And that's what we can't stress that enough. If you hate what you're doing in life, then don't do it.
Right.
Go find something else.
Well, it's taking
Fun-
a big savings account.
Yeah,
Then figure
but
out
even
the
then, man,
plan.
life's too short.
Mhm.
You want to enjoy, you want to experience,
Yes.
you want to, just be a part of something that's different, man. And
Yes.
you guys, I mean, you carry a big hammer and
Yes.
you make people happy. And
Yeah.
and that is, you wake up every morning going, man, I love the day I'm
Yeah.
going to have.
Yes.
And you don't know how it's going to
Mhm.
pan out all the time. A one call changes your whole direction in one day.
Now, how do people get in touch with you and say a veteran, a first responder, or an organization, foundation says, hey, you know what? I want to have him at our next event, or I want to sell my house and I want to try to auction off. What do they do? How does it work?
How do they contact you?
The simplest way, just get online, look for Myers Jackson Auctioneer, and very well searched. You can put Marine Corps veteran in there. You can put a couple of other things in there. Just search Myers Jackson
Cowboy
Auctioneer.
auctioneer.
Marine Corps. I don't know if Cowboy Auctioneer gets there. But when I'm coming back from the search element of it, because I look at the market, just do Myers Jackson Auctioneer, and I'm pretty well marked. One thing I would
That's a
like to
great
mention.
name, by the way.
Oh, thank you. That I would like to mention, and this is kind of how we got here from last Saturday. We are doing, and I call it Operation Patches, Badges, Coins, and Pins. And what this is designed to do, now you can go down and you can buy a lot of the stuff off the shelf, or it's traded pretty cheap on the internet. Let me just go ahead and clarify that. However, these items that I have come out of an estate of a very famous individual by the name of Arlie Ermy. Full Metal Jacket.
Yes,
Just
yes.
imagine him traveling to every city in the United States, and he's in some motorcade, and an officer or the command captain or whoever, and says, "Here you go, Arlie." They're giving him these things, and he's had thousands, and we was able to get rid of a lot of them, but these are some that are left over, and there's some great coins in here. But this is the deal. Is we want to put all of these online and start the bidding at $11, okay, for a patch. And you might get a patch from the Idaho State Patrol, or it might be the Florida Highway Patrol, or the Atlanta. Listen, I got Chicago Police Marine Unit. Now, I've got something it is a plaque that is the New York City Police Department Marine Corps Detachment. This is the kind of stuff that he got. So we want to put this online. We want to promote this. I want every unit across America. So if you're listening to this, log into Myers Jackson, look for Patches, Badges, Coins, and Pin, Operation Patches, Badges, Coins, and Pins. Put that in your search. You're going to find it. All of this money that we raise, I bet I got 1,000 of these badges and patches and coins. That's $11,000 to go to the Brotherhood of the Fallen right here at Fort Worth. That's where the money's going.
Now,
so
how
we want
long
to
is
raise a lot of
how
money.
long does the auction stay open for? Like, so if I went on today and said, "Hey, I want to bid $11 or I want to bid $15 on this," when does it close?
Well, we're going to run this one out a few months because of
Okay.
marketing reasons. We want,
Yep.
I mean, listen, just think about getting this out to everybody across the U.S. We want everybody to participate this. And this is one of the biggest reasons is the money. But the second reason, you know what? Understanding what the Brotherhood of the Fallen does for their communities, especially the family where they've had a loved one that has got seriously injured or is died in the line of duty. And so I want to raise awareness of that. So me and Nui, we're going to be lot and tagging. Y'all need to be linking and bidding.
Well, we will make sure we put that on our personal pages, on the 99% Radio Network page, and we will remind you each and every week on this, because the Brotherhood for the Fallen is very near and dear to our hearts as well. This past car show, I mean, they did amazing. It's growing so big. They're going to probably move it next year to a bigger location. What the Brotherhood for the Fallen actually does is anytime there is an officer who is killed in the line of duty, they send 2 officers from each chapter of the Brotherhood for the Fallen. And that means a chapter in New York, a chapter in Fort Worth, a chapter wherever the chapters are. They send at least 2 officers across the country to California, to wherever it is, to support that family, to cut them a check, to get them through, but more importantly, to show the respect for that officer and their family. You know, when we had Officer Hoffer here in Euless, when he was killed in the line of duty, I attended it, and I saw all these badges and patches from all across the country come in. You don't know what that does for a family member to see if their loved one is in California, to see a Texas patch in California. That means they traveled there for the family. It's heartwarming, it's healing, and it shows that their loved one will never, ever be forgotten.
I think it means a lot because, like, a lot of times these officers, they sign up for the line of duty and they are pulled away from their families on a regular basis, like, because it's the job. I mean, they're missing dinners, they're missing sport games, they're missing all that. So a lot of times they get pulled away from the family. And so when, unfortunately, if there is that occurrence where we have to lay them to rest, and then you see the presence of other officers there, I think it shows the family, like, all that time away meant something.
Yes.
It wasn't just them pulled away from the family. They were doing a lot. And I know the family knows that too, but it's a struggle that the family has because they're pulled away from the family in a regular setting. I mean, they don't get to go to the ball games. They don't get to go to the baptisms and the, you know, first communions and the, whatever you want to call it, the family of milestones, because they're pulled away for the line of duty. And a lot of times they feel like they're not remembered or they're on their own. And so when they have these Brotherhood of the Fallen, they show up and it shows numbers.
It does.
It
shows
it's a
family.
Big presence.
It shows family.
They're not forgotten. And like it's a big presence. I think it's a huge thing. And having the Brotherhood of the Fallen and the car shows, you guys need to show up because every dollar that you spend, like the crawfish boil, I ate a lot of crawfish. I spent a lot of money at that one, but everything goes back to those families and doing those little, not just the funeral services, but also just supporting the families of the fallen. There's a lot that goes into it. And I think you need to, when you want to put money into a charity, you need to research that and realize that everything that the 99% radio supports is going back to exactly what we say it's going to.
100%. 100%. So Myers.
That was good. On a margarita. That was good.
That was good. You did good.
I did good.
All right. We're going to auction off that margarita. We're going to auction off. Yeah, wait. Now, this margarita was in her hands, just like the patches. We're going to auction off her margarita. So let's start the bidding.
Let's start the bidding at $1. And this is how it goes. Hey, $1.
I got another one.
Hey, 10, 11, 5, 10,
$5, $5.
$5.5, $7.5, $750,000. 7.5, half, 1 million, 1.
I think Natalie's bidding.
This has been worth. Boom! Sold $1 million today. Thank you, guys.
Myers and Nui. Myers and Nui, thank you guys so much for being here today, for doing what you do, not only on the homes, but for our veterans, our first responders, and everybody out there that is battling and raising money for those in need. You know, this is something we hold near and dear to our heart. Radio for a reason. You guys are the reason. Grab a big hammer. There it is. Follow, subscribe, like Myers Jackson. Get onto their website. Check it out and be something bigger than yourself. We're going to come back because we got Army medic M.P CaHill with the Green Star families with some great news coming up right after this.
April Williams-Moore is a veteran, mother, and committed education advocate who will bring both lived experience and data-driven leadership to the State Board of Education District 13. As a military veteran and a parent, she understands the importance of structure, accountability, and opportunity, and how education shapes long-term outcomes for families and communities. With a master's degree focused on analyzing data and identifying solutions, April is skilled at examining student outcomes, identifying gaps, and developing practical strategies that lead to real improvement. She is committed to using data responsibly, not as a weapon against teachers, but as a tool to strengthen instruction, improve curriculum decisions, and inform policies that truly support educators in the classroom. Guided by service, collaboration, and common sense, April is focused on policies that uplift teachers, close achievement gaps, and ensure every student in District 13 has access to a high-quality education. Her combination of service, scholarship, and advocacy makes her a strong and trusted voice for students, educators, and families across the district.
This November, vote for change. Vote for April Williams Moore, State Board of Education, District 13.
Political ad paid by the April Williams Moore campaign.
Here at 1010 Aussies, we're going to find you your forever pet. We specialize in miniature and toy Australian Shepherds. All our pups are pet and family friendly. They're socialized, basic training, and a health guarantee. Check out our miniature and toy Australian Shepherds at 1010aussies.com or call us at 817-213-6698.
Hey, I'm Natalie Brent, widow of Daniel John Brent, U.S. Army. I am with Great Star Families of America and Heroes in the Sky, and I ride with 99.
My name is Carol Saint, and I ride with 99.
Hey, I'm Homie, and I ride on the 99. You watch it every Wednesday, 99% Radio.
Hello, beautiful people. I am Chaz. I ride with 99, baby. Woo! 99% radio every Wednesday. Stay tuned. Woo! Y'all be fantastic. Wear it.
Sacred names, gold stars born as battle sacrifices, survivors torn and broken carry those gold specters for life, turn the bloodshed into.
Hey, welcome back to 99% Radio Network. We are here with the Green Star Families of America. We got Matt CaHill, and we got Natalie Brent on air with us. You know, before we hold on one second, Matt. I just want to show two things that we have in front of us. We have the Thin Blue Line, behind Life Behind the Badge, and the Line That Held. These two books were written by law enforcement officers, and they are for law enforcement officers. They are great reads. You can pick them up on Amazon. You can pick them up in Barnes & Noble. These are amazing books from our first responders who served really, really, stellar careers. And we just want to promote these two individuals. We have Robert DeMarco and Michael Barron. He is also the founder of, the publisher of the Blues magazine that's online, and they have over 8 million subscribers. It's one of the largest published magazines online. So check them out, Michael Barron and Robert DeMarco. So Matt and Natalie, welcome, and you guys are going to share some great news with us today. Welcome, Matt.
Hello, how's everybody?
How you doing, brother?
Phenomenal.
Well,
Busy day today. Busy week.
I tell you, you guys have been, and it's been all great news. But before you jump into the news, I want you to just tell each and every person who's listening what the Green Star family is all about.
The Green Star Families of America is a nonprofit that supports Green Star service banner legislation that we are moving through the federal government to recognize the families who've lost their veteran to suicide. With this recognition, these families will finally be named and seen and recognized for the loss that they have suffered. So,
just like the Gold Star families who deserve that honor of the servicemen killed in action, those who have taken their life due to post-traumatic stress injuries or post-traumatic stress disorder, whichever one you want to call it. I don't like calling it a disorder. It's an injury to the brain. So I consider it definitely a line of duty injury. Those families deserve the respect from those agencies, and you placing a green star on them is the most honorable thing that family can wear. And Natalie, you are part of this organization. You are a Green Star member.
Yes,
You
I'm
know,
a widow.
you are a widow. So the news that came out today online that I saw, who wants to share that?
I'll let Matt do it.
Matt?
Matt.
Okay. How about we start with what happened in the beginning of the week on Monday?
Sure.
California passed SCR, which stands for Senate Concurrent Resolution. Each state kind of has their own initials. So they passed the SCR 154, which designates 4 May as Green Star Families Day. And they recognize the Green Star Service banner in the state for these families, which is a great start and phenomenal. Again, these bills are no cost to the state whatsoever. As we go along and we start producing the service banners, we will register them and hand them to the states who pass these bills. And then for the families, as we get our database up and start collecting the names, which no organization has a complete database of all the veterans that we've lost, which right now is estimated to be about 140,000 veterans that have died since 2001.
Wow.
We will start to do ceremonies and present these banners once it's approved federally. What happened today is Pennsylvania introduced 2 bills. The first one is the House Resolution 491, which asks Congress to recognize the Green Star Service banner and these families, so that we can help move along the congressional bill that we've had in Congress this year, HR 6022. Yeah. And so that passed the committee and is now into the House and then the Senate floors for a vote to get up to the governor. House Bill 2449, this is the really good one. It amends another law that Pennsylvania has that recognizes the Green Star Service banner and these families that have lost their veteran to suicide. There's still 2 more bills that are in the works. One is for recognition of a Green Star license plate. And the second bill is one to recognize 4 May as Green Star Families Day in Pennsylvania. So everything's looking really good and it's moving along. On the federal side, our bill continues to gain co-sponsors. So thank you for everybody that's contacting their representatives, and their representatives are automatically co-signing and sponsoring HR 6022, which is phenomenal. But we've also had a federal senator, Senator McCormick, who is interested in doing a companion bill in the Senate to the congressional bill H6022. Why am I screwing that up today?
I can't understand how you're remembering all these numbers. Oh my God, I'm like, whoa! From an auctioneer to all these different numbers.
Nope, I'm out.
I'm out too. I'm tapping out.
We'll write it down. Cliff notes.
But now, Pennsylvania, is this the first state that really passed the bill? Or
they're the first ones who put
the
legislation together to put it into a vote. It's just that California had their committee meeting before Pennsylvania did.
Pennsylvania is really important because, I mean, you're right there next to DC and everything. I mean, that's, I think, like a really good start to get the bleeding out to everybody else, because, I mean, it's right there in the heart of the capital.
Yes. And, the one thing I see is it's going to start to snowball because and it was passed unanimously, correct?
Correct. In both states.
In both states, it was passed unanimously. So, now it's just a point of getting that bill in front of each state, because now there is no state in our union that's going to turn around and go, "Oh no, we're not going to pass that," because it's the balls. It's already been set, man.
The ball's rolling.
The ball's rolling.
Yeah.
So I could see this going very fast, very quick, nationwide.
Definitely, because the word's getting out. Because, like, to me, as layman's terms, a civilian that didn't really know much about it until I met you guys at Celebrity and really understood. I mean, I knew about it, but you never really knew it was an issue. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know the right words. I'm not very good at my eloquent stuff, but I didn't realize it was such a big thing until I met you guys. And then the more I've been with you guys over the year since celebrity softball, knowing more about people that are left behind after this incident that happens. And it's such a big, and they're part of the military. They did all their service. They did everything they could. They did everything. They're part of the service. And I hate that this is, I'm not really good with the words right now because I'm Margarita, but like, you opened my eyes, Natalie,
Yeah.
and like all of this, and your story really like hit my heart. And I think more people, once they know that this is really a thing that's going on in the community and in our country, that our people are serving, and it's a wound that we don't see.
Yeah.
And I love that this is getting clout and getting the word out. And I wish I had more eloquent words to say with this, but like I love that I've connected with you guys, and I love the fact that you guys are getting out there and getting the word and getting out there in other states and everything. And this is near and dear to my heart. I mean,
Natalie,
because I love Natalie.
Natalie, as a Green Star widow, if that's the proper term, you know,
Widow or surviving spouse.
A surviving spouse. You know, you lost your husband due to suicide from post-traumatic stress, and you know, before Green Star, you were kind of left in the dark. You were kind of left alone, correct? Nobody really.
Yeah.
You had to do everything for yourself.
You didn't realize there was a support system that you could go to.
Right. Yeah. And I kind of had to find out everything on my own. As far as like, we already had a VSO in place, so I was able to get with him. He kind of helped me walk through some things, and finding other Green Star widows and surviving spouses to help me through different things. And even now, I'm still getting with other surviving spouses, being Green Star or Gold Star, getting resources or different funding for things, or scholarships. Like, I'm fixing to go to school, so like, you know, we're passing scholarships around, information, or just fun things or retreats that we can do. I'm supposed to go skydiving in November, so it's a 3-day retreat. And so like all these things that we share with each other that you don't get from somebody outside of that realm.
Right.
Did you guys have like camps and like get-togethers where there's other spouses?
Right. I'm actually attending 2 widow retreats this summer. One is through TAPS, Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, and then just a overall military widows retreat.
It's a great place because you guys aren't alone, and I can't relate by any means. I just know what you've given me, but like, you have resources as what you've gone through, and there's other spouses, male, female, that have gone through this, and there's a place for you guys to all get together, which I think is important. Because nobody else can relate to this besides somebody that's been through it.
And I'll be going to DC the end of the month, Memorial Weekend, with TAPS. And we do a whole honoring. I know with our part, we're going to be going to the National Cemetery, getting to hear the president speak, seeing the wreath laying, get to visit the cemetery. I did this last year also, and it's just amazing. And all the families that we get to meet and all the friends that I've made, I get to reconnect with.
It's like a reunion every time you
get
together.
it is. It very much is.
And it's healing. It's not going to heal everything, but
It's not going to fill the void.
It is a healing aspect for so many, because you can relate to each other, you know. And until our Congress and everybody else recognizes that post-traumatic stress injury, either in law enforcement or the veteran community, that this is a silent killer. This is a silent injury that many suffer, and we do not. It's so stigmatized because it's attached to the mental health aspect, that it's not recognized as a line of duty injury. I think only 5% of law enforcement.
But the only reason why, in my opinion, as a civilian, the only reason why they got to that point, because they lived through a situation that was presented to them for the job that they were in. So
correct.
I mean, it has to go with it.
Well,
I mean, in my opinion,
it's compound trauma, day after day.
I know you guys like I'm a civilian. In my view, I'm a civilian that looks onto this stuff. So like, I get why it should. To my view, I don't understand why it shouldn't be recognized. because you've gone through it, you've lived through it, and the only reason why you lived through it because you signed up, you were in that service, and it should be recognized.
It should be, but like, was your husband buried with honors?
To an extent, he is buried at the DFW National Cemetery. We had the color guard and the flag draped casket. We didn't have the 21 gun salute. That's like a different.
Right.
Yeah, that's a different kind
but many of our veterans, many of our first responders who succumb to mental health injuries are not buried with honors. They're not, especially in the first responder field.
You're saying
they don't allow you. Some departments won't allow you to go in uniform to the funeral
because of how they passed.
Because of how they passed. Instead of having lines and lines of uniformed personnel to send you off and pay respect, they don't allow. Only 5% will consider it a line of duty injury.
One of the things is some families don't know that they can have their loved ones buried with honors. That's another thing.
They don't know that.
They don't know.
Now, is that a special request, or will the military come out and say, "We'll do this for you," or do you have to reach out to them?
So in my situation, my funeral home was amazing, and they knew, and they had that relationship with the National Cemetery here. So I got with the funeral home. They knew right away my husband was military. They did all the paperwork. They did everything for me. I was contacted by the representative at the National Cemetery and said, "Hey, we need you to fill out this information of what you want on his headstone and XYZ, and we'll take care of the rest." The thing is if families don't know, and then the funeral homes do not present the information, it's lost. And then you've spent this money to bury a service member, and then you're out however much money, and you're rarely going to get that back.
And another thing is, if the service member was, say, out for 20 years and they were battling post-traumatic stress. So we have a lot of Vietnam veteran and that are in their 60s and 70s that, believe it or not, succumb to those issues, and they end up taking their own life.
If they served in general, maybe I'm missing that. If they served in general, I think they should, no matter how they pass, should get some kind of honor.
They should, but through the
that's not a thing.
No, because of this, it's getting better. I will say it's getting much better than 5 and 10 years ago, because all of the organizations like the Green Star Families of America, and all these other organizations are bringing this more to light. And it's not tucked away in the corner anymore.
What our country stands on is what our sacrifice our soldiers have done for us, and the fact that we don't give them full honor in all that, in every aspect. That's kind of blowing my mind right now.
Anybody that served that was honorably discharged is allowed to be buried at the National Cemetery.
Right.
And that comes with certain honors.
Yeah.
If you know about it. And that's the difficult part, especially for people. Please don't feel like you don't know anything, because it's the same process here. You got to remember the service banners, the only two that qualify and exist federally as service banners is the blue and the gold star. And they weren't passed. They were passed so long ago. It was right after World War I. So there is no real path or legislative path to just, introduce the Green Star and be able to get the service banner approved and put with those two. So the legislators that we've been working with, not only at the state but the federal level, are blazing new trails as to where does this reside in the government and who gets to vote on it to make it a thing and an approved service banner. So this has really been a learning experience for everybody, including the government, the military, learning how to put words to what exactly this is, proper phrasing of the way to describe what this is. And now hopefully when we get the service banner, the Green Star service banner approved, it's going to give recognition to this large group of families which I don't know if we brought it up yet, but so far since 2001, there's been 140,000 veterans that died by suicide since 2001.
And that's not including those who are off the grid, the veterans that are off the grid that that live on the streets, the homeless population of veterans.
Yeah.
Some of those fall under the radar as well.
Mm-hmm.
But what brings this stigma on, and I'll give you a little education, the PTSD, that term, post-traumatic stress disorder, the D was added for one reason and one reason only, so that medical people can bill for mental health treatment. It's in the DSM-1, it goes into the DSM-2, DSM-3 and 4, and then we're up to the DSM-5 now. And it's a medical journal that gives you a code that medical personnel can bill off of. But what post-traumatic stress disorder is an actual injury to the brain. And it's already been proven that somebody who's suffered post-traumatic stress, when they do a brain scan, it's compatible to a TBI, which is a traumatic brain injury. Your brain turns different colors. Your brain doesn't work the way it's supposed to work. Different parts of your brain are impacted where your thinking is not chemical dumps are different in your brain. And I don't want to get into the whole technical thing, but it's because of the compound trauma. It's because of the deployment overseas away from your family. These things impact our servicemen and women more than the national civilian. A civilian will see anywhere between 4 and 8 traumatic events, or be part of 4 to 8 traumatic events in their entire lifetime. A serviceman or woman or a first responder will see anywhere between 400 and 800 traumatic incidences within their career. And that is way too much. They look at our veterans and our first responders as robots. They think we can turn stuff on and off at the flip of a switch. Our people bring this home each and every day. The families are impacted. There's secondary trauma onto the family members as well. So we have to recognize this as a severe injury to our first responders and our veterans and their families. And that's why what you're doing, Matt, and what Natalie's doing, and I see Ken's on, and
Hi, Ken.
you, Ken, thank you for joining us. What you guys are all doing is you are paving that road. You are making a pathway for all of our veterans, our first responders, past and present and future, to be recognized and to get the honors that they so deserve.
And the one thing I want to say too is, as a surviving spouse / widow, I was actually diagnosed with PTSD myself, along with the trauma and all the things.
Yeah.
So yeah, it again, when they say it just passes down to your loved ones, it truly passes down to your loved ones. The complicated grief, the trauma, and the PTSD, and all the things I'm here alive and having to deal with.
Oh, of course, because when he's deployed in your home, you're worrying. It's that constant worry. It's like it causes different aspects to the brain.
Mm-hmm. It's the state of fight or flight, which releases the chemicals and keeps your body at a heightened awareness, and it's toll on the body over a prolonged period of time. So,
and you don't lose that. Your brain gets into that constant loop, and you stay in that fight or flight, and that's just constant cortisol dumps. Which, on another hand, too much cortisol in your body is going to cause medical issues throughout your body as well. So you're not getting the right chemical flow through your bodies, and that can cause an early death. That can cause heart attacks. It can cause vascular issues. There's so many medical issues that go with this.
Hence why I have a heart monitor on right now.
That we almost shocked you with.
Like boom, bite.
You know.
Yeah.
So, Matt, what's the next step, and how can people get involved and really help you? I know you said write your legislators, but I'm sure people don't know the wording. What can they do, and how can they get to their legislator and get to their councilman to help?
You really want to support the federal push, which I really would appreciate. Just remember HR 6022. and either message your legislator or call their office directly and just say, please co-sponsor or co-sign, whichever you want to use, HR 6022, the Green Star bill. And we have at least one representative in different states, co-signing pretty much almost weekly. We've had numerous states reach out to us, Florida, Michigan, Utah, Missouri, New Mexico. So email me, matt.cahill@greenstarfamilies.org, if you have any questions or how to get in touch with your legislator. But honestly, it's just really easy. Just remember HR 6022, call your congressional rep or even your Senate rep and say, support this bill, and they'll know what to do.
Okay.
And then one last thing for me is, like, I know here in the next month or so, after I get through 2 graduations and me getting into school and all the things, that we're going to start really pushing hard to get our Texas reps on board and get this started. I have another Green Star widow here in Texas I've been communicating with, and she wants to really get involved.
Now there's something you're going to be doing something in Austin, correct?
Whatever we got to do. So if anybody knows our Texas state reps, get with me.
Yeah.
We're going to make a road trip.
Yeah, we'll get to Austin. We'll get this on Abbott's desk, and I'm sure
Morgan Luttrell.
I'm sure he will. Texas will be the next state to pass this bill, because Texas does support our veterans and our first responders. But we are going to help you each and every step of the way. I am so proud of you guys for Pennsylvania and California. I hate to say that.
I know, right?
It really
It's hard to swallow.
So one thing California did right.
But you know what? Yes, I got to praise California on that aspect for doing that. I want to just a shout out to any legislative body that's out there. If you are listening to this show, please support that bill. Get out there. Make a name for yourself. Be that person to sign that bill and get that bill rolling, because you will impact so many families throughout your districts and throughout the state and throughout the country. And what you're doing means a lot to so many. So if you want to pass any bill, this is the bill that needs to be passed. Matt, I want to thank you so much. Keep us updated. We are going to keep supporting you. We're going to keep following you and keep sharing. And Natalie, thank you so much once again and you know what? Congratulations. Natalie, you're going to be going to school for...
I am getting my bachelor's in psychology, and I'm also going to minor in counseling, family addiction recovery. And then after that, I will be going and getting my master's in social work.
So you will be giving back so
much. A badass bitch.
Yeah.
And then next week, I'm supposed to be taking a 2-day course in Waxahachie it's called an assist course for suicide prevention.
Very good, man.
Y'all pray for me, because I know it's going to be tough.
No, you
I know.
You got Ken by your side. He'll be
Ken. You got all of us by your side.
Yeah, you got all of us by your side.
All of us by your side.
But we'll be cheering you
on behalf of Green Star. We would very much like to thank you and the 99% Radio Network for being a corporate sponsor. So make sure you check out our website, because we've added your logo to our area, and it is with great honor and pleasure that we thank you very much for supporting us. And this is happening this year.
We ain't done yet, Matt. The summer's just started. Yeah. I'm telling you, we're going to be running fundraisers all year long, and I'm telling you, you are definitely part of that. The Green Star Families of America is definitely part of that. We will bring it more and more to light. We will make we're going to make sure that Texas knows about you.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
You got it, brother. You take care.
You as well.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Always love being here.
Once again, appreciate it. We're going to take a real quick break. Is Brandon on? No, Brandon's not on. Well, then screw Brandon. We're going to talk about some of the upcoming events we got, and some of the past events because
in fact,
Don
that
Graves
is where I met Miss Natalie. Was at my first Peanuts and Pistons.
Yes.
We'll talk about
a year
that.
ago.
Yes, it's been about a year and a week. Yep.
Yeah.
How about that?
A year and a week, like you guys are dating.
Well, wait,
we've been going
I had
on
to change the dates, so I had to be accurate.
Then we're going to talk about Don Graves' 101 first birthday. The legend Don Graves. Right after this, we'll be back after these messages.
Red lips, tied up curls, high heels, flag unfurled, Lone Star Stitch on their seams, Sunday drives and freedom dreams. They roll up to the VA gate, coffee cards, they're never late. Laugh lines, old stories glow, they salute, then steal the show. Hey! Cattle and Betty's of Texas, country first in their hearts, pin up smiles standing at attention, season waves, vintage art, for every soldier, every medic on call, every siren, in the dark of the fall, they bring hope, bring heat, bring charm, like a hook, like a shield, like an arm.
When you happen upon somebody that has DV, disabled veteran license plates, don't automatically assume that those belong to a man. Hi, my name is Maggie Peterson, and I am the founder and CEO of Camp Shield. I started Camp Shield because of my own traumas that I had experienced pre-military, in the military, and post-military. And I knew that there needed to be somewhere safe and secure for women veterans to come heal and grow.
I think what Camp Shield truly did for me personally is instill a sense of purpose that I love. I love being a part of the community, but I also love serving other women veterans. My life is different because of it, very different.
Transitioning out of the military is difficult for many women veterans. First of all, while we're in the military, we are very visible. When we transition out into the civilian world, we become the most invisible veterans that there are. A lot of times, they never speak about their military service. Unfortunately, because a lot of them experienced a really tough time in the military.
I went because I wanted something for my life. Not thinking that would happen.
Things happen to women veterans in the military, such as military sexual trauma, that people don't want to talk about. And it needs to be talked about.
And not thinking that I wasn't somewhere safe, that when you report it, nothing happened.
At Camp Shield, we like to say, connections save lives.
It's like somebody hand you a toolbox, and you have a lot of tools in there to work with. It's the best way I can sum it up. There are a lot of tools, and they're my own personal tools.
The women that come through our programs will tell us it was not only life-changing, but many times life-saving.
I was in the Army for 17 years, and they do a great job of breaking you down and building you into a soldier, but they do not prepare you for coming back to being a civilian, to living in society.
We build from the resilient challenges that we faced while we were in service or out of service, a space that is peaceful, and a space of women who are celebrating what they've been through.
I'm Santos Lopez of Orange County Choppers and born to ride for 45, and I ride with the 99.
Hey, welcome back to the 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl. We were just talking to Matt CaHill. I don't know why I keep screwing up his name. CaHill and Natalie. I'm from New York. Hey, everything's got a P in it.
Or an A or K.
A or P or hey. Welcome back. Talking about the Green Star Families of America. It's something we hold near and dear to our hearts, and we support it 100%. We want you to support it as well. Go to the greenstarfamiliesofamerica.org, check it out, and support and talk to your legislator, talk to your councilman. Let's get that Green Star banner up here in Texas. You know, I want to give a big shout out to Motorcycle Mayhem, Johnny Rizzo, who got us.
Those
guys over in New York, Motorcycle Mayhem. They just had an amazing rally for the Boobies, Rocking the Road for a Cure. They had a huge event for breast cancer awareness. Great job put on by Dawn D'Amelia with her Boobies for a Cause.
Boogie for a Boobie.
Boogie for a Boobie, right. But they hooked us up with a great sponsor, great leather company, Milwaukee Clothing Company, and we want to proudly welcome them to the 99% Radio Network. You throw up their ad. We're going to be playing their ads.
So bye.
Yes,
We need to keep them on board.
we're going to be bringing in a 99% radio code that you can get 10% off all your clothing purchases.
Of your first purchase, 20%.
They were so kind. Before they even became a sponsor, they gave us 2 vests to raffle off.
And it is the most soft, comfortable leather cut.
Yes.
I mean, I know
Well made.
I'm not being biased just because they are our sponsor now. But going out as a girl, getting a cut, because, you got to get a cut because your man's got a cut, and you want a lightweight leather vest, they have a nice...
Nothing stiff. Nothing stiff.
And you want it breathable because you are in the back of the bike. It's hot out in Texas. They got a nice breathable cut. I mean, it's super soft. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. The other ones I've gotten feel kind of very cardboardy.
Yes.
I don't know how else to describe it. This one's very comfortable. It's got extra pockets. It's got places to put your makeup and your phone. I mean, it's what you got.
That's not really it's not a makeup thing. It's a gun holder. You put your
no,
gun in there.
No,
You don't
they
put
got
your makeup
two
in
pockets. You put the gun in this one and the makeup in that one.
Yeah. But it's
They
not
got
only
two.
leather. It's not only leather goods that they sell as well. They do sell jewelry.
They got jewelry. They got boots.
T-shirts.
They got inserted heated for those people that don't live in Texas. If you live up north somewhere or you got 2 days in Texas, it might be cold. You got insulated leather coats. Yeah.
So check out Milwaukee Clothing Company and purchase. We'll be telling you more about them after this. We're going to be bringing on, speaking about leather, we are having a big leather thing coming up in Walnut Springs with the Texas Rattlesnake Rally. We're going to bring on
Snakeskin
Brandon.
and leather.
Ooh, snakeskin and leather. We'll be bringing up Brandon Shaw right after this.
Dial in, turn it loud. From the block to the blacktop crowd, it's that ride or die soundtrack now. Hey. John Sideshow, stealing his stare. NYPD vet still out there. Biker in the wind, bruised knuckles, big heart. Calling out the truth, tearing lies apart. Mike in his hand, boots on the floor. Raised on the siren steel.
I forgive you.
Hey, you forgive me?
I forgive you.
Hey, welcome, Brandon.
Hello.
Hey,
What's going
up,
on, man?
Man, getting ready for the big event next week.
We are not too far away, man. We are looking so forward to 99. So looking forward to being down there and being a part of the Texas Rattlesnake Rally.
I'm already taking my antibiotics. And all my other.
She's on her second margarita. She's already priming her body
liver.
for a good weekend out at Walnut Springs. Tell some of our listeners what they can expect, brother.
Live music, lots of bands. I think we got 7 or 8 total bands. We've got midget wrestling on Friday night. We have the La Vica Vida show on Friday as well. We have Only Baggers show on Saturday downtown. These are downtown things. We have you guys going live at 12 noon on I think Friday and Saturday, correct? 12
Yes,
noon.
sir. Yes, sir.
And at 1:30, then you guys are going to be hosting the biker games over at the Viper Pit on I think
Hell
Friday.
yeah.
Yeah, then we have let's see, Jello wrestling, MMA fights that are on Saturday. We have Randy James from Triple Lindy coming in, flying in, and he's a regular in DFW from 92.5 Lone Star.
Yep.
He used to be with Bo and Jim. He's coming in. We got we got that rock and roll over band Saturday night that has all the pyrotechnics and all the cool stuff. The Kiss tribute band. which is exciting. Got the bikini battle, which is the Battle League series, which that's where they go at each other. Beer belly pageant. I'm sorry.
No, I was just
We're
saying,
just thinking chick fight. I'm thinking chick fight. I'm digging it.
Yeah, well, we got the Jello wrestling too, and
Well, I heard. We had the auctioneer on here. We had Miles Jackson here. So I think we should auction off Pitbull to jump in the ring and Jello wrestle. I think that would be great.
Nope.
You know what?
Green Star Families of America.
Oh, you shut
For
your
the-
mouth.
For the Green Star Families of America, Pitbull got to get in that Jello ring.
You've got to attach the nonprofit to it to make her,
See, I
spice it up a little
can't pass,
bit.
I can't pass the criteria. See, he just said I can't do it.
No, we can attach a nonprofit.
No, you
she'll have
shut
to
up
do
and you
so
tell him
far.
I can't do it.
Yeah, I was actually at a bar last night called Border Town. It's outside of Walnuts, right there at the edge of it. And they had some girls, and I walked in like, "Oh man, we're doing the Jello wrestling. We're excited about it." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I like some local girls that enter. Well, they had their beer on last night, so they were entertaining to talk to about it. So that's kind of fun.
Nice. And then,
Yeah.
then you got the there's a wet T-shirt contest. I heard
It's a 40 and over wet T-shirt contest. So that's going to be going on as well. And
There you
we
go.
have a whole agenda on Texas Rattlesnake Rally. It's got all
40
the
down here, they're only going when I put my hands up.
Can we enter Pitbull into that one?
Is that age or measurements?
I mean, as long as he consents, I guess if it's consensual, he can do all the events.
After 2 margaritas, everything's consensual.
No.
Yeah.
It's going to be 4 margaritas.
All right, 4 margaritas.
Yeah, we got a lot going on though. It's downtown. I mean, it's gonna be fun, but of course, the highlights are gonna be at the Viper Pit Playground, and you've got a special code a discount code. They put for the coupon, put 99 radio. They'll save like 10% off their tickets.
Yes,
Camping,
yes.
everything, midget wrestling tickets, whatever. The MMA fights are included in your Viper Pit Playground ticket. Last year wasn't included. This year it's all part of it.
I like it.
Now, you got your downtown. Now that's because I have not been there yet. So you got downtown where all the shops are and the vendors are. Then you got your Viper Pit. What happens? What is the Viper Pit? What happens in there?
So basically, it's about, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of a mile from downtown, and that's where connected to it. We have a separate campground connected though next door, and that's where you camp out. You do your RVs. That's where the party's going on there. We'll have the mechanical bull out there, the sexy bull riding contest. That's for the beer belly. All the shenanigans are gonna be going on there. So lots of entertainment, and the Viper Vixens run that playground.
I asked him to
You're
get.
trying to get me in the wet T-shirt.
I asked him if
Fucking
I can
beer
get into
belly
the beer belly,
competition.
but I don't have. He said there's some beer bellies out there, so this
Chance,
really isn't really
what
a
are you
beer
doing
belly.
in 2 weeks?
This is just a. This is more just a fat belly.
No, we're not allowed to judge. First of all, we're not allowed to judge, so no one can call you
Oh, I'm judging
fat, small,
hella.
whatever. It's 2026. So, but you know what? It's not always about the size. Though we've had some competitors that take it real seriously. They train you around for this, and they've
First
gone out
thing
there.
that-
They didn't necessarily have
Not
the
about the
biggest beer.
size. See, I like that.
Yeah, it's not always about the biggest belly. There's got to be personality behind it. So, you have a belly? Are you working with anything?
Stand up.
What am I working with? Anything? Are you talking about my belly or anything else?
I don't like to look at guys much, but
Stand up.
all right.
Side show.
No, that works, man. That's a good start. There's nothing wrong with that.
I got a lot of drinking to do to get this belly in shape for for 2 weeks.
I have a garage bar. You can
All right, so I just showed my belly.
Pitbull.
Hey, it's only fair. Only fair.
I walked
But
right into that.
this is amazing for the state of Texas. There are the smaller rallies going around, but the Texas Rattlesnake Rally is really growing.
Multi-day.
This is your 3rd year?
Second year.
This is your second year. Last year, I know you got hit with some weather. Hopefully this year it will be a little bit, it'll be nice. We're getting weather right now, so hopefully it will all be gone.
It's looking good. I mean, here's the deal. Last year we only had 30 minutes of bad weather. It rained around us, but only 30 minutes. So it was actually we got lucky in that regards.
Yeah.
But that 30 minutes was pretty intense. You saw our snake pit fly across the yard. But the snake pits are downtown this year. They're in a secure building.
That's great.
Yeah, we have a lot of vendors at the Viper Pit too. By the way, the vendors aren't just downtown. We have like several vendors, and we've been doing a showcasing the vendors on our Texas Rattlesnake Rally Facebook page. You'll see all that going on. There's a lot of things that I haven't mentioned, but I mean the highlights are gonna. I mean we have the beer belly flop contest where the guys jump into it and have a splash. That's something you might want to.
I'll do it.
There's
I'll
style
definitely
points
do
for
it.
that.
Wait. He said he'd do it.
I'll do it.
I heard him.
You heard that right?
I'll do a beer belly flop contest. What am I flopping into?
Doesn't matter.
It'll be Jello or water, one of the two. But
It doesn't matter.
I mean, you're gonna be blindfolded, so you don't know. You're gonna take a leap of faith.
Yes.
Okay. I'll
You're gonna
run into those over 40s.
You're gonna go out there full-fledged Olympic swan saying ride with the 99.
Oh yeah, like Titanic.
You should put your sponsors though across your stomach, your belly.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You want to show it.
Oh, and we're gonna have the Speedo with our logo right on your snatch.
Now we have some policies about men not wearing Speedos.
Yeah.
Yes.
With Glenn Lawson Law, right?
Glenn Larson right up in the cooter.
Hey, you know what was a really big hit last year is the pillow fights. They were a really big hit. And it was really cool because we had former UFC fighter Stephen Ocho Peterson. He actually got there and fought some people with the pillows. But they're using like professional pillows. These aren't the pillows from your house. These are like the UFC style pillows.
Natalie said she signed up for that.
Pillow
okay.
fight.
She just said she would do it. She said she has got some aggression she needs to let out.
Oh, that's perfect. Hey, we had a lot of participants last year. And it was awesome.
What?
Shut up.
We had a lot of participants, and there's actually prize money for a lot of this stuff.
Oh, there damn sure should be.
Yeah. So I'm telling you right now, May 14th, 15th, 16th, in Walnut Springs, you want to make it a chance to get out there. It's only about an hour from the DFW area. Come out for the night or come out for the day. Put out your tent and just enjoy the day with a whole bunch of like-minded individuals. Enjoy all the events that are going on. Support it. This is huge.
This is perfect because Texas needs a motorcycle rally. Because I've gone to Sturgis, I've gone to Daytona. I mean, they're all in these other states, and we are the perfect state to have a motorcycle rally. And I know a couple people have attempted this, but you've got a couple days going on, and you got multiple events going on. You definitely have the recipe to get this thing going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we got the hot girls, we got the bikes, we got the games, we got the bands,
we
got the liquor. American Metal Whiskey is our official sponsor, by the way. Shout out to American Metal Whiskey.
Nice.
They've got a lot of participating bars involved. And in fact, one of their custom motorcycles, for those that don't know, American Metal actually builds motorcycles and cars, and they happen to have a great whiskey. We have one of their custom bikes at it's at the H&H liquor store in Glenrose on display. So you walk in there to get your American Metal, you'll see it on display. Also, shout out to Fatal Clothing, Icon Waters, another big sponsor. D West Trucking is helping us out this year. Rhino Rush Energy Shots, and many more. So without them, we couldn't do this.
It is definitely going to be a great weekend. Everybody's looking forward to it. This is the mini Sturgis of Texas. I think if you ride, you want to make sure you're in Walnut Springs this week, that weekend, the 14th, 15th, and 16th. You can either get a hotel over in Glenrose, or you can just
camp. You can
pitch that tent right into.
Well, they've also advertised if you do bring your tent or camper, they have services to help you with if you have disposable. Obviously, you have a camper, you got to dispose some waste.
They got water fill ups.
Yeah, they've advertised everything to figure out your whole weekend. I mean, get on Rattlesnake Rally, the Facebook page or whatever social media page. They have all the information to get you from start to finish for the Rattlesnake Rally on where to park, where to party, and how to dump your waste.
Yeah.
It's all on there.
You guys figured everything out, man. So
Yeah, it's just Texas Rattle. You can just put TX, TexasRattlesnakeRally.com, and all this. If it's not on there, it's got my phone number. You can call me directly. I'll answer the phone and talk to you.
Oh, don't say that.
Awesome. Yeah, you'll be getting a lot of phone
I'm
calls.
wait.
We're already getting a lot, actually.
Well, fantastic. Brandon, I want to thank you so much for joining us again. I know you got so much to do. You got a lot of finalization stuff, prep work to do. We are looking forward to being out there and partying and having a good time.
I can't wait for the fights, dude.
Yeah.
I love the fights.
Oh, by the way, tomorrow night pre-party on Thursday night at the Cottage starts at 7:00.
Tomorrow
But,
night, a week ahead.
Yeah.
Well, you have the bike night at the cottage
Hell
every
yeah.
Thursday,
Well,
right?
next Thursday night I'll be in Walnut Springs, so this has to be the pre-party night this Thursday.
I love it. I love
All
it.
right. Maybe we'll make our way out there.
You guys are always welcome.
I got to prep the liver, you know.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll make it out to the cottage house tomorrow night and just do some to pre-party for the bike night.
All right. Well,
Yeah, cool. Well, you guys are always welcome. All right, look forward to seeing you guys. Thank you for having us on today.
Thank you,
you got some giveaways.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
We do. That's
yeah.
right.
Did you figure out how to do that?
We're gonna
wing it.
We'll wing it.
Let me tell them what they are real fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Describe what they're
Okay.
gonna.
One thing I have in my hand, so I'm gonna see if I can hold it up there.
One thing I have in my
wrestling,
hand.
midget wrestling tickets. There we go. To Little Mania. I know we're giving away one or not two of those, and then we also have some Viper Pit wristbands, which gets you through the Viper Pit all weekend long. So I'll let you guys figure it out, but basically, you guys got some giveaways to interact with your social media, your clients, your listeners.
Okay, so let's do this the right way. We will put out the question tomorrow. We will put out the question on our Facebook page tomorrow. And the first person to answer that question correctly in the comment section will win Viper Pit tickets. And then we'll have the other one for what is the midget wrestling? You said?
Midget wrestling, yeah. And you know what? Let's make the question. It'll come off our website on TexasRattlesnakeRally.com.
Mm-hmm.
The questions you may ask will probably be, it might be what band is playing what night, whatever. I mean, whatever y'all want to do, but let's
That's
make it
right.
off the website, off the content, off the website.
Oh, the question will be off your website. So go to
Something
Texas
to do with the event.
Rattlesnake Rally, scan that website, look at every page because one of our questions is going to be off that page and you can win one of these great prizes.
Tickets.
Cool. Stay tuned for tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, brother. You too, bro.
See you
Take
soon.
care. That is going to be an ultimate rally. Natalie, you going to try to join us?
Well, we'll have graduation that weekend. So
Where's graduation?
Fort Worth Convention Center.
You're only an hour away. Party in Fort Worth and then come out to Walnut Springs. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to bring on Mongo with the Mongo Log right after these messages.
Yeah. It's for the kids, man. Tattoo Mark Foundation. Texas, we with you. Little man in a gown, cold room, white walls. Eyes tired from the meds, hear the nurse make calls. Door crack, big box, he like, what's all this? Brown bear, blue bow, first smile, small wish. From Houston up to Dallas, all across that map. We stack bears in the back of the truck, unwrapped. Ink on the arms, but the heart stay clean. Whole crew pulled up just to live one dream, yeah. It's all about the kids, all about the love. Every teddy bear blessing from above. From town to town, see the joy we bring. Tattoo Mark got the whole state sing. It's all about the kids, all about the care. Every broken little heart needs a bed to share. In every Texas room where the lights feel dim, we show up so hope don't ever fade for them. Young queen in San Antonio, curls in a scarf. Trying to act tough, but she holding that heart. We walk in, big grin, bag full of soft friends. She pick one, squeeze tight like I could fight again. Doctors nod, parents cry, yeah, they feel that way. A small plush toy, but the courage it gave. From Austin down to Laredo, we drive those miles. Turn hospital halls into aisles of smiles, yeah. It's all about the kids, all about the love. Every teddy bear blessing from above. From town to town, see the joy we bring. Tattoo Mark got the whole state sing. It's all about the kids, all about the care. Every broken little heart needs a bed to share. In every Texas room where the lights feel dim, we show up so hope don't ever fade for box after box, we ain't stopping that stream. Every stitch, every seam, part of somebody's dream. From the bay to the plains, through the storms and the heat, we gon' fill up every ward till the mission complete, yeah.
Never mind that shit. Here comes Mongo.
Hey, welcome back to 99. Welcome, Mongo.
What's up, everybody?
Hey,
He's
brother.
coming back from Cali.
I'm expecting, since my dogs have been quiet for the last hour, that any second now they're all three going to go into a huge soliloquy of barks that I won't be able to stop. Unfortunately,
What,
I'm
is
the
there
only
a
one home,
Democrat
so I've
knocking
got
on the
two people
door?
here with me.
Yeah, his dogs are prone to eat Democrats.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A little snack.
They sense danger.
Hey, Mongo, before we even start, man, on behalf of the 99% Radio Network, Natalie, myself, and Pitbull, and Chance behind the board, you know, our thoughts and prayers go out to you and your family on the loss of your pop.
Yeah, buddy.
We're holding you close, brother.
I appreciate that.
Much love.
I found a picture with him when I brought him down to the show back maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Yep. Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, he dug it. He thought it was fun.
Well, once again, man, prayers to you and the family. I know it's not an easy time, but I do appreciate you coming on today and keeping the Mongo log alive at least. So what are we going to talk about today? UFOs, aliens, Democrats. What are we talking about? Galvin Newsom.
Teachers unions, which will probably cover a lot of the Democrats.
Sex and teachers and students and stuff like that, or no?
Yeah, no sex in this one, unfortunately.
Oh, all right. So we're talking about the teachers unions. What are we talking about with the teachers unions?
Yeah, how AFU they are.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So without further ado, let's get schooled by
Never mind
Mongo.
that shit.
All right, here we are.
Get schooled by Mongo.
The teachers union's primary focus should be advocating for better wages, benefits, and working conditions for educators. Critics argue that they often engage in political activities that do not directly benefit either teachers or education. Most people, except maybe the actual teachers, believe that these various unions should concentrate solely on improving the educational environment rather than promoting their usual left-wing political agendas, not directly affecting or promoting a better educational environment. While teachers' unions play a crucial role in advocating for educators' rights, their political activities have sparked debate about their effectiveness in serving the actual educational community. Many believe that their return to a more focused mission on teaching is necessary for the benefit of both teachers and students. Critics argue that the political agendas that many teachers' unions prioritize, primarily left-wing political causes, have become their primary focus over the immediate needs of educators and is becoming a major concern. This also includes funding political candidates and initiatives that may not align with the interests of the majority of its members. A significant portion of their union dues are reportedly spent on political activities rather than directly supporting the teachers and educational improvements. A pair of reports from the conservative group Defending Education documents that over $1 billion in political contributions have been made to and by teachers' unions since 2015. The specific amounts are $669 million at the federal level and $136 million at the state and local levels. In my opinion, that is a lot of money to spend on various political bids for elected office. We're asked every year to pass a bond issue or pay higher taxes for our schools. Year after year, however, it's never enough. Our education system always seems to be underfunded. That being said, in the past 28 years, teachers' unions have given 96% of their political funding to Democratic candidates as opposed to teaching our youth reading, writing, and arithmetic. Political activism is what our national teachers, there's one dog. Political activism is what our national teachers union is prioritizing more than teaching. But they continue to ask for more money. Their involvement in political issues can even lead the dimmest spectator to the perception that the unions are more concerned with broader ideological battles than with enhancing the educator's environment or both teachers and students. This raises urgent questions about whether union leaders actually serve educators or partisan agendas and big talking politicians who all have a mouthful of howdy and a handful of gimme. Teachers are paying their union dues under the expectation that those funds will support wage negotiations, working conditions, as well as health insurance, but have instead they've watched their money finance hard left-wing political agendas. Some educators feel that their voices are not adequately represented within the unions, especially when the union actions do not align with their personal beliefs or priorities regarding the process of education. Educators have been victims of this bait and switch scam. Instead of their dues going to advocate for increased pay and improving work conditions, they're being spent advocating a hard left political agenda and underwriting non-educational causes such as climate change, gender activism, abortions, as well as supporting progressive politicians at all levels. And of course, least we forget, what would a left-wing political group in today's political environment be if it wasn't also a fervent opponent of President Trump? While teachers are stereotypically liberal, a survey done by the Education Week found that 43% of educators define themselves as moderate, with an equal number identifying as neither conservative nor liberal. Teachers are, for the most part, a moderate and politically diverse crowd. This refers to the actual in-classroom members, the actual teachers. The perception today is that they have a job to do, and for the most part, they're trying to do their job. The job for too many of them, however, is apparently responding to heartless, racist, and discriminatory zero-tolerance immigration policies of the Trump administration. I know that when we send our kids off to school, we're all hopeful that the emphasis will be placed on supporting issues such as Black Lives Matter and opposing and arming the teachers and opposing and arming our teachers in our schools. Over the past several years, we've all watched the surveillance video of these psycho school shooters. If a potential school shooter knows that every other teacher is potentially armed and able to defend themselves as well as the lives of their children, school shooters may not be as a commonplace event. They carry out these vile activities just because they know it's basically a soft target. If they think they may be stopped dead in their tracks by an armed teacher, they may choose a target other than a school. Sarcastically, I will say, kudos to our teachers unions and various city councils for keeping our teachers unarmed and as potential victims. Some other additional and vitally important activities that are being prioritized by the teachers unions are the removal of any reference of Confederate leaders on schools' names and monuments. These monuments of historic figures apparently offend people on the left. Now listen, this may surprise a few of you, but I'm going to editorialize here and be a little be a little more opinionated. As much as the left would hate to admit it, the Confederacy actually existed. At one time, our southern states had their own ideas about their governance. Slavery was part of the nation's southern this is a big word, agrarian history. Thankfully, we've long since abolished it in this country. We fought a costly and bloody civil war over the issue of slavery and states' rights. Now slavery still exists in this world today, just not here in this country. For all of you false victims of slavery demanding reparations for something that never affected you, why don't you advocate for ending slavery around the world? But if the left continues to promise the Black community reparations for slavery, then I want reparations from the Black community for the loss of life of the white community to free them. Both ideas are just stupid, and anyone who thinks otherwise, well, as they say, here's your sign. Now, there are historical figures from the Civil War and that period of time. We've built statues, named towns, streets, and buildings after these historical people. As much as the left tries, history won't change. Our educational system needs to embrace this fact. We need to teach about it in the historical context and hopefully prevent it from an educated population from repeating past historical errors. So that being said, let's get back to the business of opining on the original train of thought. Randy Weingarten is the president of the American Federation of Teachers. She's the first openly gay, and I say that in big letters, openly gay National Labor Union president. I always love when a biography page on someone feels obligated to list someone's sexual preferences. It's like reading the handwritten likes and dislikes in Playboy magazine's monthly centerfold model. In my humble opinion, I don't care who or what anybody's sexual preferences are, but good for her. She's gay. She currently advocates the public posting and list of individuals, businesses, etc., that have refused service to LGBTQ people. Again, who cares, and what exactly does that have to do with children and their education? I know when my kids were in school and I attended a parent-teacher conference, gay-friendly establishments were some of the things that I wanted to hear about. Many parents don't understand the multitude of jobs that our school teachers undertake every day. According to their union, some have to be prioritized over the teaching of children. Things such as advocating for the postponement of the confirmation of Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh, the prohibition of private jails, the opposition to charter schools and their voucher programs, and above all, describing and deconstructing the systematic and proliferation of the white supremacy culture. I know what I just said sounds ridiculous, and I agree, but these are priority agendas items for the UFT. That's the United Teachers Federation. United Federation of Teachers. Parents today, when they attend a PTA meeting or a parent-teacher conference, want to hear about how their child is doing. They don't want to hear what kind of left-wing political bullshit our National Teachers Union is supporting and how we as parents can help out. The National Teachers Federation has their priorities twisted. The union is more like an organism from a sci-fi horror movie. It will do whatever is necessary to ensure and continue its existence. The teachers' unions recognize that supporting political candidates is essential for advocating their goals in education and policy and mobilizing their membership for collective action. And as I said, this action is always not about education. And that, my friends, is that. Whiskey improves with age, and I improve with whiskey. My name is Mongo. Whiskey goes in, wisdom comes out. I smoke cigars and I know things. Mongo is out.
Well, you sounded like you're having a little throat issue there, Mongo.
Yeah, well, it's from yelling at the dogs all day long.
You know, you've touched on so many valid points. You know, you never hear somebody proudly announce that they're a heterosexual.
Absolutely.
I'm not waving a flag that says I like dick in front of my yard.
Right. It's just, you know, they don't do that, and that no one cares if you do. You know,
and I don't care if I see a same-sex couple in the grocery store.
Like canon.
It'd be a skin tone flag.
You know, I
With
saw
all the skin tones on it.
I saw a YouTube video the other day. A parent walks into her kid's classroom, and the kid, I think it was maybe a 5th or 6th grade class. The American flag was upside down on the wall, and the pride flag hung above it. And one of the parents walked right over to the wall, and he turned the flag over, and he started, you know, debating this stuff with the teacher. And she goes, "Well, I can teach my class any way I want."
No, you can't. You're
and
teaching my
he's
children.
like, "You're not teaching my kids this stuff." And it goes on and on and on. These teachers have to learn that they can't bring their ideology or their sexual preferences to our kids.
Wasn't the guy who bum rushed the gala a teacher?
Yeah. Yes.
There you go.
He was a recognized, excellent teacher, as a matter of fact. Although I think he might have been unemployed, but he was previously he was a high echelon educator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Shocking. You know, and then the point about arming our teachers, and that's 100%. I mean, because they had a guy go into a school not too long ago. It's on videotape. He was going to shoot up the school, and one of the teachers bum rushed him and tackled him before he could get any further.
Right here in the lobby. He was in the lobby.
He was in the lobby, and that teacher took action.
They made him a prom king.
Did
They had prom, and they made him prom king. Awesome. They made the principal the prom king because he saved all of their lives.
He bum rushed, but that got very little.
It did. It got very little.
Very little compared to.
What the media will try to what the media will try to do when it comes to arming the teachers, they think that we're just getting a box of guns and going into the classrooms and passing them out to each teacher and say, "Here you go."
Well, here's the thing with
the media. Actually qualify with their weapons.
Here's the thing with the media I have noticed, because I'm a streamer. I do all my things on streaming. I pay my streaming Netflix and YouTube and
OnlyFans.
No. And my Hulu and all that. all of them are on a certain wing. None of them are on the wing that I like. I've noticed. Like, if I want a news station, and granted, I'm not saying I want to watch Fox News because that's like the stereotypical. I want to watch Fox News because I'm a Republican. I want all news, but as
Real news.
I want real news. But when I'm streaming, I only get left news. I don't know if I'm not, maybe help me out. If you guys have other things that I could be doing on my streaming Roku that I can get the kind of news that I want, let me know, because what I'm finding out, it's all directed towards the other wing.
The algorithm.
It's the algorithm. Well, it's not my algorithm.
No, but it's the way they set that algorithm.
It is. And like, I've noticed, like, if I want to watch Fox, because I'm not, and I do like Fox, but I don't like Fox 100% because I do want both sides. I want all news. I want to get my own opinion, and I can't find that. It seems like, I don't know if it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Chime in. I feel like it's only
Could be
me.
the margaritas.
No, I really do feel like the algorithms are showing me a lot of things that I'm not like. Well, I'm not interested in this.
No, you're not crazy on this, because that's the way a lot of the internet works. Is you don't see a lot of stuff from a moderate or conservative point of view.
There's not a conservative means to watch my conservative views anywhere free on any of the streaming platforms.
Well, here, do this. If you post something,
I have to pay for it.
No, but if you post something Republican.
I do.
And you'll see.
And I get Democratic shit.
But you'll see.
I get a bunch of trans news. I'm not gonna lie. I
don't know how that works.
I'm getting the margarita algorithm. No, but here, really, post something Republican on your Facebook page or your Twitter page or anything else, and watch how many views or likes you get. Then post something Democrat, and you'll see that will get more views and be filtered out more than the Republicans verse, because this already went to Congress, and Trump already brought this against Mark Zuckerberg, and he was already found guilty or
because
something
the owner
about
of the
that
company. That's what I'm getting at.
Them shifting those algorithms around because they want to stifle any words from the conservative or the moderate or Republican parties.
Here's how, like, my whole rundown of how I think like this has happened, because I'm very open of how, like, I was years ago in 2008. I thought a certain political view. Okay, I thought I was, because of certain things I have, but as I've gotten older and became an adult, I became a different point of view. So that's what I feel is confusing, because like I've changed my point of views, and I've definitely been very pronounced on my social media on what I like. But for some reason, I keep getting a lot of that other influence. And I think a lot of people that aren't aware, like maybe I am, are getting in, they're getting these filters of like, who owns the company? It's the projection. Who's in charge of that company? What their views are. That's what you're going to see. Because I might like one view, because I do, and I'm very pronounced on that. But for some reason, I still keep getting a lot of the pronounced other stuff. Is that making sense what I'm saying?
Not at all. But it will. It's got to sink in. It's got to sink in.
I'll let the margarita wear off.
It's like really not making sense.
But no.
I just think like there a lot of people are pushing. There's a push.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. There's a push, because I'm definitely putting in everything in my algorithm saying I'm not in that push, but it's still getting pushed on me, is I guess what I'm saying. And I'm aware of it because I used to live that life. So I'm aware of when it's getting pushed on me.
Oh yeah.
I guess is what I'm trying to put in that whole little bubble I was putting up.
We went all the way around the block to get there. But we're good, because we knew what she was saying, and you're 100% right. It is being
made
pushed.
Sense to me.
It made sense to everybody. It really did. I'm telling you, it made sense. It made sense. It's just that we took the California route.
No, but I do feel like there's,
But getting back onto the schools, we have gotten so far off on our kids' education through the United Federation of Teachers that they are being told by whatever union they are following to bring these ideologies to our kids, and parents don't even have the voice anymore to go into these school board meetings and voice their opinion. They're shut down. Or if they're saying something that the school board doesn't like, the school board walks out on them. And you see this numerous times on many videos, that parents don't even have a voice in their kids' education anymore. And that's a sad aspect of it. When it comes to what you were talking about, the Civil War and history, we do not teach kids history anymore. All we do is make it bad. We make history bad. We make history bad. But we'll never learn from bad history unless we learn about what happened in history.
Yeah, I don't think they should be tearing down the monuments and stuff, even though it's like things we don't agree with. It's still history.
Right.
You know, like even though you don't agree with like how that monument got there, it's still history.
It's still history, right? And they take it down, and we can't learn from it. You learn from your mistakes. No one says slavery was right, but another mark you hit is that nobody's talking about the human and the sexual trafficking of slavery that's going on in this country right now. That the cartels in Mexico are making more money selling human beings than they are in drugs. Nobody's making a big stink about that. Nobody cares about that.
But they want to regulate drugs.
You know, so this is what should open up the eyes of every American, Democrat, Republican, conservative, gay, transgender, LBGTQ, MIAW, whatever you want to call yourselves now. You know
really
what?
Research it, because a lot of people, like there's a lady I follow who is a gay Republican. She goes out into these like rallies that are like anti all this, and she's like, "What rights have you lost as a gay American?"
Yeah.
And they can't fucking come up with one.
No.
He's not taking rights from anybody.
And the only gay teachers we knew in high school were the gym teachers.
My basketball coach
and the softball, right? And we knew they were gay.
Softball coach was gay.
They didn't have to tell us they were gay. We knew they were gay.
When they tried to watch back, butt in the gut.
But hopefully one day, man, this will all spin around and change. This is generational. We've seen it. We've seen different things go from the 60s to the 70s to the 80s to the 90s, and now we just got to fight this battle. Who knows what next year will bring or the year after. But proper education is key, and I think what our teachers, many of our teachers, not all of our teachers, but what many of our teachers are teaching in the classroom should be left for the parents and not for the teacher. They shouldn't have the right to teach anything about sexual preferences or pronouns or anything like that. If a parent wants to teach their children that's their prerogative.
Stick to the book.
It should stay out of the school system.
Yep.
It's worse in college.
Oh, is it really? Oh yeah.
I have a daughter in college that's going to be a sophomore, and they take these young impressionable adults that have no parental control, and then these kids come home from break or the summer and like they have completely changed or flipped script or flipped sides, or you're like, what the heck happened to my kid?
They did say that a lot of the colleges are like recruiting grounds for the Marxist and the Communist Party, and they promise these kids, these young impressionable, many of them without jobs, kids go, oh, you'll get this free, you'll get this free, you'll get this free, you'll get this free. And we got to realize nothing's free. You're going to look at New York. It's going to be like Detroit soon, because everybody's fleeing it, because that just doesn't work. It didn't work in Venezuela. It didn't work in Michigan. It didn't work in any of these communist countries. They've all collapsed, and nothing's free. You got to work for
What has worked in Michigan?
Nothing. Oh, well, no. The Michigan and Detroit was thriving with the car dealerships, and then they all split because they brought in these communist ideas.
You go woke, you go broke.
That's it. All right, Mongo. I appreciate everything you do, your research. You bring it from both sides of the table.
We're only keeping you on because you like our point of views. Being from California.
So I'm hoping that next week, and I won't tell you what it's about, but I was
like, shut up.
I was watching Gutfeld like 3 nights ago, And one of the segments that he did, I was like, what? I was like, wow. So I real quick, I put some information in my phone so I wouldn't forget the next day, because I always do. I haven't looked it up yet, but I'm going to start looking this stuff up. If I can find something, it's going to be very interesting. It has a lot to do with CIA, secret programs, done to the general public. Cool stuff.
You know what I want you to research? I want you to research the 8 scientists that have been missing, that either killed themselves or gone missing because they did some experiments.
Well,
Check into that as well.
I'm waiting for the report that the president is supposed to give us.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I got an assignment for you.
Yes.
I got an assignment. So I have my event coming up May 23rd, Pinups and Pistons. So the Wednesday prior to that event, I'm having the Rebel Mobile Cigar Lounge coming on because they are going to be featured at my event. They're going to be talking cigars. So I would like you to input your knowledge on some cigars.
Okay. So
You could, kind sir.
2 weeks from now?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Because you're an aficionado.
Yes. But yeah, we're going to have a mobile cigar lounge at the Pinups and Pistons. So guys can come up, showcase their bike for $25, have a cigar, premium cigar at the mobile cigar lounge while they watch pinups at the pinup contest.
Can't get better than that.
All for a good cause for Camp Shield. How
There
about
you go.
that?
There you go.
I'm glad you live in California.
Yeah. Sucks. Sucks to be me.
Sucks to be you.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you soon. Go take care of the pups, and we will see you next week.
All right. Adios.
Adios.
Hasta luego.
All right, man. We're going to wrap it up. I want to thank Chance behind the board. I want to thank Pitbull for staying awake.
Yeah.
I want to thank Natalie. I want to thank Natalie for joining us. Thank you very much with the Green Star Families of America. Matt, thank you over there. He's in where?
Is he still on? He's been listening to us.
He's in New Jersey. I want to thank Brandon. I want to thank Myers and Una for everything you guys do for our veteran and our first responder communities. And remember, have your own opinion. Don't be swayed by public opinion. And if you can be anything in this world, please be kind. Peace.
Don't be